Yeah. Brian, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. So, how was Easter, everyone?
Oh, it was good. I ate way too much.
Uh,
Oh, I didn't see my family, so it was all right.
Yes.
Yeah, we made a shit ton of food and pigged out and had a good time. And then my daughter's 18th birthday was on Thursday, and
Nice.
we had a bunch of track meets, and my son ran a 5:03 1600 meters. So
Nice.
that's super fast for him. That's the fastest he's ever run it.
It's pretty good. It's a lot better than I can do.
Yeah, his way better than I can do. It's like like probably 2 minutes faster than I can run it.
Nice, excellent.
But but it's like such a big meet, such a big competition. I mean, like they had a separate day for elite runners, and so he didn't make the elite cutoff, so he just ran in the open division, and he came in like 31st with that time.
Okay.
So it's like, geez, and like his buddy who made the elite division came in dead last with a sub 5 minute 1600 meters. He ran like a 4:53 or something. So it's like the kid who won it all ran a 4:19, if
Whoa.
you can believe it. Yeah, it's unreal.
Was this kid's
Bolt.
name Jesse Owens?
What's that?
Was this kid's name Jesse Owens?
No, but
All right.
he's. I mean, it's just essentially in these bigger
Yeah.
meets, you're getting guys who are going to be Olympians at some point.
Yeah.
Damn, nice. Okay. Oh yeah, Brian, and congratulations. I think are in order.
Oh yeah!
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah. Oh,
I'm confused. What am I congratulating Brian for?
he's going to be a dad.
Yeah,
He's going to be dead?
No, a
I
father.
got laid.
Oh, okay. Congratulations. On the opposite of death.
This must be the still under sense of humor that I've heard so much about.
I'm pretty sure the observance of death is pretty much humor across the empire.
Probably. They have
Yeah.
skeletons everywhere. Okay, guys, sorry for me being late, but we are up right now. Let's start with points. Cadvale, what are you going to buy for yourself?
Can I get a battle?
But I think you did study that, right? When you were traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think I was
He's-
role playing that I was learning it last time.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You can get it.
We were telling him how to order beers and hookers in Battle Tongue.
No, yeah.
Can you
Those are important things to learn.
can you even do that?
I don't know.
It's all sign language.
Okay. Conrad, what about you?
Well, I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of just finishing up. So I although I don't have any arrows, I think I'm going to take another plus 5% in ballistic skill.
Ballistic skill plus 5. Okay, it's always useful. Do you have any ranged weapons, by the way?
I have a bow, but I gave all my arrows back to
Cadvale.
Cadvale. And
Yeah.
but I'm guessing that maybe this guy, now that I see the map, that maybe Tomarov's supplies, which I first read as tomorrow's supplies, maybe he has some arrows or something.
Okay, nice. And finally,
Or when all else fails, we can just mug people.
yeah, for supplies, that's the way to go. Finally, we have Luther.
As a seasoned tactician and all-around good at fighting guy, I think it's important to really explore all of the routes by which you can extradite yourself from a combat. I would like to pick up scale sheer surface.
Scale sheer surface, but that's not something that you've practiced. Although I don't remember, Brian, Sean, did we did you guys have to learn that in our previous games? Because I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had it as Leopold, but that was the last time.
But you had it like from the beginning, or you had to learn it?
I think I had it from the beginning because I was on the.
I had it from the beginning
did I?
with Sally too.
Yeah, because we were both on sort of the thief track at one point.
Yeah. Okay, you know what, Luther? Sure, you can take it. What the hell? Yeah.
Hey man, I'm good at running away from werewolves. I'm pretty sure I could climb a damn wall.
He's been climbing things.
Yes.
On our trip.
Yes.
Look at that boulder over there. I'm gonna climb it.
Just I'm gonna climb over Cadvale.
Okay. Over
It's not
Cadvale.
gonna like it. It's gonna fight back, but I'll do it. Damn it.
Over Cadvale's horse. Okay. Sure. So that's that. And who's making notes today?
Me.
You. Okay. The document is up, by the way. It's still it's on the group. Last time, you've reached the small village of Zhidovsk, which lies near the cracks of Shargun, the place where supposedly Karl is, or at least the place where he went to. You've entered the tiny hovel, and you've discovered, to your horror, that it's full of half-dead crusaders and other folk. Wink, wink, if you know what I mean. Folk of pale complexion.
Homeless people.
No. Golf enthusiasts. Yeah, who are who decided to stay here, but they are, of course, some distance away from the main village. You went past, all of the decrepit little, well, maybe not mud huts. They're not mud huts, but they are. This is a very basic, very primitive, and very small village, which lies far away from any larger, larger, civilized city in Kislev. People here are simple, and they probably don't want any trouble. And when you were walking the streets of Zhidovsk, you saw that the indigenous folk here are just looking at the town square in horror, because the entire town square is just filled with crusaders, most of whom are sick or are dying, and some of them are even dead. And I don't remember if I told you, but I think that there were rumors that oh no, I don't think I told you that. Anyway, yeah, you like the place here, pink, you see?
Yes.
It looks like a vision of madness. Cadvale and Conrad, you even at Wolfenberg, you didn't saw anything as bad as that. And you've decided to visit the Taustit, which is a tavern. It is here, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Where Cadvale, you've left your horse there with a man named whatever his name was. Yeah, Renko, a young stable boy. While Conrad and Luther, you went inside. The place is it's a tavern. Only or an inn. No, actually it's a tavern, because you can sleep here. You can only drink and eat here. But in a very basic sense of the word, there are a few tables, a spit on which some animal is getting roasted, and the owner, Jans, is a very distrustful man who's not friendly at all. He took your coin first, and only then gave you some very watery beer and few strips of this fatty, probably overcooked meat, of course without any herbs, no seasoning, nothing at all. Oh, and a few slices of stale bread. And the people who are sitting here are mostly locals. Few of them maybe are crusaders who still have coin, and there's a single individual sitting in a corner who is very pale, and he has long black hair. He's dressed very well, too well for this place, and he has this smirk on his face as he saluted you with his cup. And that's where we last ended our game. Cadvale, you are now entering the tavern yourself. Yeah.
Okay,
What are you guys going to do? I think it's the middle of the day, something like that. But it's overcast. It's cold, even though it's spring. It's cold because you're in Kislev, far to the north.
Mm-hmm.
And even here you can see that there's still snow between buildings, and people are dressed very, very warmly.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel the chill coming from the north.
So if I recall correctly, we had sort of talked to the barkeep.
Jans,
whatever.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he, was not super friendly.
No.
He was such a peach.
What?
But
He
I
was
don't know.
such a peach.
Yeah.
But is Old Cat Yevid, is that where he told us to go
Yes.
for rooms?
You can
Okay.
stay there. Supposedly it's some kind of boarding house.
Okay.
But you don't know any details. And Old Katjevit is here. You
Yes.
have to probably skim the edges of this infernal, square. By the way, the even through the door, you can feel the stench of this last dregs, this last remnants of once great Crusade of the Child, of people who still believe that Karl will return to them and lead them to glory, but who are probably all of those people. You guess they probably won't survive the next couple of weeks.
Okay. And are we aware of these other places yet that are on the map?
No,
Not really?
I've blacked out a few things here.
No, I know.
Uh,
But I mean the ones that were not blacked out is what I mean.
Well,
So-
you don't know about them, but they are also not that important that I decided to let them
Yeah.
stay on the map.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I think because before the game started, we were talking about. So you need Luther. You need some healing, right?
No,
Yes.
Luther is fully healed. That's what I wanted to say. Luther,
Okay.
remove a single bandage from your inventory, and let's just say that you've healed yourself along the way here, from the last wounds that the troll gave you.
Gotcha.
But it's just one bandage less for you, and you're on full heal. Yeah, because we didn't roll for that, but I think it's reasonable that you would do something like that. Yeah. So anyway, sorry, Kadveo, you enter the place. You see what I've just described. You see your friends looking at the corner. You look at the corner and you see a very pale man there. By the way, it's cold here, right? Your breaths are misting. This man's breath is not misting.
Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah. But he looks genuinely, well, I don't want to say friendly, but curious is the word. What are you guys doing?
Well, I thought Luther and I had ordered. Did we order drinks and a meal, or just drinks? I don't remember.
I think you ordered drinks and a meal because
Drinks and a meal because I had paid that.
yeah. So Jans brought you, the plates full of this food. Like I said, it's mostly just overcooked fatty meat, probably some kind of sheep, maybe. You've got yourself a small mug of very watery, very bitter beer. If you want kvass or vodka, you have to pay extra. And each of you also received a few slices of very stale bread.
Okay. And I believe we made eye contact at the very least with that guy in the
Yeah.
other side of the room.
That's why
Maybe,
he saluted you.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That's okay, but I guess that
Okay.
you're just staying there, standing there. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I figure we'll eat our meal and I can't remember if we. I think we were trying to talk to people, but because the goth enthusiast was there, they didn't want to talk to us. If I recall correctly.
I'm not sure if that's the case, but I also recall that I told you that the people here generally give you rather unpleasant looks, not
Right.
hostile, but you certainly don't feel welcome here. Although no one is telling you no, this like whoa, no one is telling you anything outright hostile because you are very well armed and armored, and you clearly are dangerous. So the locals here are only giving you evil eyes.
Well, I feel like Conrad will try his usual of hey, how's it going, bud? What's going on in town here?
But are you just going to ask people like that?
Yeah, do a gossip test.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going on in town here? We're
minus 20 gossip test.
okay. So beep bop boop. Now I just have to find it. Okay, gossip. I have plus 10%, so minus 10%. Oh, you suck. All right,
It's a botch.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a luck point to re-roll that. So at least if I'm not successful, I'm not botching. Okay, I just failed.
You've tried to approach a couple of people here, but to your surprise, first of all, you've discovered that they are Kislevites. Shocking.
Yeah.
And you don't speak Kislevarin.
Yeah. No speaky the.
Ja nie poнимаю. Idi nachuj, swolocz. Powiedział ci jeden. Sorry. One of them told
It's
you.
okay.
Which, if you guys know, any of you know how to speak Kislev? Kislevarin? I don't think so.
I'm listening, but I don't know it. I would like to learn it in the next few sessions, though.
Oh, it will be very hard. Like, I know that you're going for the whole 13th warrior.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I listen. That's my wife's favorite part of the movie. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. This man was listening to those people, and he suddenly can speak their language. Yeah.
If that were the case, I would know Japanese from all the anime I've watched with the subtitles.
From all the
If
tentacle
that's the case,
porn.
like, I'm here, I should know a little bit of Mandarin by now, but no, I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Same with me and Armenian. Yeah.
Well, I started learning Toisan, but it didn't go super well because I took a couple years of Mandarin in college. And
I bet you regretted those years.
No, it was fun.
Oh, okay. No, that language sucks. It's really hard to learn.
It takes a lot. Yeah, I had to give it up when I got into my major more because I just didn't have the time to put into studying that. And like,
I can tell my wife I love her, and I can kind of understand what my father and mother-in-law are saying or what it's about. I can especially understand if they're talking about me.
Yeah,
That's the big one.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's what it's been the most useful is like talking about people while waiting in the supermarket line, you know.
I used to learn Vietnamese during my studies, but never finished it, sadly. No, but anyway, those people who are, they are speaking to you in Kislev. So you have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. All right. It's like, did he just call me an asshole? No.
Out of the game, the things that I said in Russian are very, 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 very bad.
Yeah,
it means go fuck yourself, you cocksucker, something like that. Yeah.
Cool. I'll have to listen back.
Yeah. So yes, that's that. But you don't need to know the language to know that the few people that you've spoken to didn't really want to speak to you.
Yeah.
You know, they were just they are holding their meager drinks in their grubby hands. They are shaking because the chill here is honesty. It goes under your clothes, it goes under your skin, it is ever present, and it's surprising to you given the time of year, but there you go.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Luther, you were also rolling for the for versus toughness. Yeah, Luther, for example, you're just like yeah.
Bottle of vodka at the table.
You want to buy a bottle of vodka, right? Okay, so it will cost you a silver shilling because you approach the man, a very tall, lanky fellow who probably once used to be quite friendly, but now he just eyes you very suspiciously, and he asks you, "What you want?"
Vodka.
I have. Kwas, you mean, eh? Oh, that will cost you, stranger. You still want to buy it?
got my hood waiting for him to say how much.
Silver shilling.
I put 1 coin on the bar.
He greedily snatches the coin and gives you, a bottle of, you guess, vodka. It's very dusty, it's very dirty, but at least the cork's still in place, and it looks full. Here, you go, he says.
I nod and I take it back to the table and I bite the cork out with my teeth and spit it out.
Yeah. You spit it out, you smell the strong alcohol. Your friends are sitting at the table. You see that they've also ordered some meager fare for you. You guys all sit at this...
I didn't order it for him.
No?
I think I did.
Yeah.
I remember somebody did.
Yeah.
I just
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, I think that Conrad ordered for of you. Yeah. Like I said before, this place is constructed from treated pine wood on a blackstone foundation. You see that the chimney is crooked. It's very like smoky inside. You know, the smell here is just overbearing, and the whole place is just one wide hall with a high ceiling. Tables and benches are arranged in rows, and the floor is a muddy mess of old hay, spilled fluid, and unidentifiable lamps. There's also a hearth with a spit sitting against the back wall, and a spit boy can be found turning some kind of animal over the fire.
You spit boy.
Yeah. The bar is just a pile of stones in front, a stack of banked casks tipped onto their sides. Not the most welcoming establishment that you've visited during your travels, for sure.
I miss Bjorn's.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
That place was at least warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by the way, it's cold here. But you have a sinking feeling that it will be cold everywhere in this place.
Yeah.
That's why I got the vodka.
Okay. Oh, by the way, you only have the bottle. You don't have glasses for that, so you have to drink straight from the bottle if you want.
Yeah.
I take a swig and set it in the center of the table so my companions.
I'll take a drink.
Okay. Yeah, the beer that you have can be barely called that. It's honestly just like bitter water, with some beer-like aftertaste. And the food, well, this is warm. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They used beer extender.
Oh, what was the word? The drink from the beer mat, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's mat shots are a thing. That a hazing thing for bartenders apparently.
Really? I mean, like the cement mixer was my hazer when I was becoming a bartender.
Yeah. Okay. I've heard of that one too. Well, I mean, mat shots are highly illegal.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, I have no idea why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan, guys? You are eating, enjoying every bite of this hot food, and taking swigs from the bottle of vodka. Outside, you can hear the damned wails of those people who traveled here and who can walk no more, who can travel no more, and who just are waiting here to die.
Mm-hmm.
What's your plan?
So I sort of lean in close to the table and I say, "Listen, fellas, I don't know if we're gonna get anything. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get anything here, and I don't know that talking to these pathetic people in the square is gonna help us either. I mean, what do you think if we just get right to it and talk to our friend in the corner here?"
I think we should address him by his very likely noble countenance, and try not to piss him off.
Just Luther and I stay here.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. Conrad, as the biggest simp in the group, we would like you to go over there.
I don't know what a simp is, but okay.
I'm going to hand you a bottle of vodka to take with you.
It's a young man's thing, Sean. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, my kids use the term simp all the time. I think I do know what it is, but I'm just
I
kidding.
kind of hate the term for what it is, but through there, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I say, okay, I'll take one for the team. And then just be ready to draw if we need to fight our way out of here.
Wait, fight?
Well, my horse is in the stable behind this building, but I don't think there's going to be any getting out of here. So just watch your words.
Yeah, Conrad. I'm all down for a Donnybrook, but let's not try and go that way off the bat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of black.
Out of character, my roles. Starting off with a botch, I'm just preparing for the inevitable.
Hey, it's all up from here.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right. Go on. Conrad does a psych, and then picks up the bottle and goes over.
Okay.
Psyching himself up.
So you approach the man sitting in the corner. The man looks at you. You know that he was watching you all the time when you were, sitting, eating, stuff like that. And as you approach him, he leans back in his chair. He's 100% relaxed, and with his left hand, he invites you to sit with him. All the time, he has this, 100 gold crown smile.
I make my most courtly bow that I know how to do and sit down at the table with him and put the bottle on the table.
He smirked a bit when he saw you, doing this bow.
Yeah.
Welcome. No need to bow to me. I am not your liege lord. What's your name, eh?
Conrad Oldenhaller. Good day, sir.
Very nice to meet you. I'm Valin von Karstein.
Pleasure to meet you, Herr Karstein.
Thank you. Or as the locals say, spasiba. Conrad, I see that you don't have anything to drink. It is most egregious. Barkeep, bring us something to drink. Something good. Not this watery piss that you say that is ale. It's no ale, let me tell you.
Oh, well, Cadwell gave me the bottle of vodka.
Okay, well, he orders anyway. I've spotted you and your friends. As soon as you came into this place, let me tell you that you certainly do not fit the rest of this unfortunate bunch outside, eh? You're way too lively, well too alive, well too much alive,
I guess we prepared better for our travels than they did.
Yes, probably. What brings you to this place, Conrad? Please tell me.
Well, we had been traveling with the Crusade and got separated, and on our travels we found that the Crusade was headed this way, and we attempted to rejoin.
I see. Before we go further, invite your friends to the stable. This is, it's uncalled for us to just speak. I want to know all of you, and I've just ordered this fresh bottle of kvass, so that we may share it. Actually, you will probably share it. This thing's not to my tastes anymore. And he laughed at his own joke.
Yeah. Yes. Say, gentlemen, come and meet my friend here.
Yes. Don't worry, I don't bite unless you want to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my plate and walk over there, but I'm gonna lean against the wall, like just eating from my plate as they talk.
Sure. Luther?
I'm not sitting.
Oh yes, sorry. You're not sitting there. You're just standing, right?
Yeah, like I'm just leaning against the wall so I could hear. So I'm part of the conversation, but I don't want to sit at the table.
Okay.
I would like to straighten my uniform as best as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And is there like an affecting of is there a way that I can affect an appearance of I am a person in command?
You want to what you want to show that you're in charge of your group? Is that it?
Yes.
Well, you probably have to act.
Well, let's do that.
First of all, it would probably work better if Conrad wasn't the first one to speak to him. So,
man's just following orders.
roll me your charisma.
Fellowship.
Yeah, sorry, fellowship. Yeah, it's not D&D. You want to reroll that?
He farts loudly as you walk over to the table.
You know what? I think it fits better if I just don't.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it fits better. I think I trip on the way.
Yeah. But are you also leaning against the wall like Catvale, or are you sitting at the table?
No, I'll sit at the table. I'm not an asshole.
Yeah. When you approach, the man gets up. He extends his hand to shake each one of yours.
Sure.
Valin von Karstein. Very nice to meet you, gentlemen. Very nice. His grip is like you are shaking a piece of ice, essentially. It's cold and clammy to the touch, his hand is. Now, I've ordered this, very passable bottle of vodka. And I've ordered this for you, since it's not really to my tastes. Please, enjoy yourselves. Conrad, you were saying that you were with the Crusade.
Yes.
So you also came here after the child.
That is correct.
Yes. So, did you find him?
No. We found all these people here and yourself.
You were also looking for the child?
Well, my kind is here in force regarding our also important prophecies. So yes, you could say that we are here. Our encampment is to the north, not far from here. Although I advise you not to approach it without a very good cause. Not all of my kin are as social as I am.
Hey, Valen?
Yes?
I'm just going to throw this out there. Are we just dropping the whole charade here and, acknowledging what we are?
Yeah, I sit down at the table, definitely, at this point. All
right, yeah. Cadbale, sit at the table. Let's put our cards on the table here.
Yes, well, I mean, I don't, pretend to be someone else. If I would probably use some... first of all, I would probably...
The last vampire was trying to pretend to be somebody else.
Oh, you've met one of my kind before. Who was this person? Tell me.
I honestly don't remember her name.
You remember Lydia?
I don't. No, I don't.
Okay.
I just remember breaking a book.
Really? You've met one of my kind before. That's interesting, and you are still alive. That's even more interesting. Well, good for you in that case. But yes, we are here. We are here because our time has finally come, or at least some of my colleagues think it has.
Interesting.
Yes. Well,
that must be nice.
Your intentions deviate slightly from the rest of your kind, so to speak.
Well, I mean, my bloodline, the von Karsteins, I come simply because anything Lydia is so concerned with is worth investigating. I myself don't believe in the concept of prophecies, if you must know. It is truly a mortal phenomenon. Well, when you live as long as I have, you realize vague words can never encompass or predict the complex truth of history. But that does not suggest that the rest of my kind feels this way. If I am able to acquire the boy, it shall be quite entertaining to see what my fellows are willing to give me in exchange for him. And he has this, mischievous smile on his face.
I see, you're a businessman.
You can say that. I just like to have fun. After, after a few hundred years, fun is all that you can really care for in this world. Even the blood does not taste the way it used to back in the day. But
I'm sorry. I would ask more questions, but this is just really awkward for me. I don't know if I'm the only one at the table that's feeling this, but like, your kind don't really do this part. It's usually just you found out what I am, so we're gonna kill you. Usually, finally bad ways too.
Well, I mean, if you were in Empire, I would probably be ripping your throats out right now. Just kidding. No, Luther, you are mistaken. This is also very dramatic, I mean, most of my kind is, but no, I don't care. I mean, of course, if we were say in Altdorf and I would meet you there, and you would discover who I am, and you would be willing to go to the authorities with that, then we would of course have a problem. But here it doesn't really matter, right?
Valen, I'm not a Sigmarite. It's all right.
Yeah. Well, I can see that. You are more of a nature type of person, but this man here, and he points at Conrad, he has the aura of the servant of the Hammer God, and you, my Fey friend, he looks at you, Cadveo. I've met your kind before, but truth be told, not too many of them. You always intrigued me, elves. You live long, very long, but even so, you're not immortal. I never met an elven vampire. I don't even heard about one's existence. But I do wonder when finally your time will come in a few hundred, maybe a few thousand years, if you would be willing to receive the kiss of blood. To live even longer. After all, by that time you would probably see so much and lived through so much that the idea of just walking into oblivion would be unbearable to you, would it?
Is this what you're willing to give?
No. I haven't yet met someone whom I could pass the gift of Vashanesh. Not yet.
Man, he's hitting on you hard.
But maybe if you would make a good impression on me, he winks at you, Cadveo. Maybe we can figure something out, eh? Just imagine, we would be all the rage. A handsome von Karstein and his elven companion, the vampire. My friends would die of jealousy a second time.
Yeah, Conrad doesn't know what to do with that, so he's just like, okay, this got a little weird.
I feel like I need a roll for this. Okay, I'm trying to
holy shit, your charm sucks.
look on my face like I'm going along with it, but you probably see I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah. Don't worry, Cadveo. I don't plan to turn anyone to vampire yet, and certainly not in this dreary place. I certainly hope that my kin will soon be done with this child nonsense, and that I'll be able to return to the Empire, or maybe even visit the other lands, Stylia, Estalia. Yes, somewhere warm, somewhere nice, somewhere.
So much.
What?
I agree.
Yes, somewhere where not only where it's much nicer and the blood is of much better quality. Those Kislevites have this. Their blood tastes very weird. It's hard for me to tell, but it's also about knowledge about our kind. In the Empire, you have lots of opportunities, but I'll be lying if I say that it's an easy place to live, unless you're a Lamian. After all, the witch hunters, and he looks at you, Conrad, with this slight smirk, are always on the prowl. The noble knights of Sigma, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I shrug.
So unless you're a certain vampiress who once saved our good emperor's life and is now living in Aldorf in her own townhouse, you have a very tough life, or unlife, if you know what I mean. But I'm in a talkative mood, so if you want to ask me anything, you can do this right now. I'm not sure if I frequent this place rather often. Can't stand my kind too much, honestly, at least not here. Their constant babbling about prophecies and the age of the 1,000 thrones and stuff like that. It gets really, really, really fast.
Is there a way that we could get close to them without them suspecting us?
You mean the vampires?
I mean, guys, we're putting all this stuff on the table already, and he said we need a good reason to get close at all. What's a good reason?
Well, I don't know, but why would you want to get close to them? That's the more important question.
Because we like, I don't know, something about, I don't know, the other two were with the Crusade. I wasn't. They picked me up on the way and told me I'd get some free food out of it, and I did. But now I'm here. I'm just wondering, what do we need to... Fuck it. No, Conrad, Catvale, you ask questions. I'm done. I'm going to go get another drink.
Here.
It was a pleasure to meet you. I stand up and walk away.
Okay.
Just call him Ralph.
my apologies for my friend
Oh,
here.
no,
He's
no,
a
no,
bumpkin
it's-
from Stirland.
Yes, I can hear. I can hear his accent. I'm actually from those parts, myself. Yes. I'm from. I mean, I usually just stay in Slovenia.
We know where you're from.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you all are here for the return of the child, so I take it he's not here yet then.
Well, let me tell you this. A handful of each of the bloodlines was contacted and informed of the boy's existence, as well as the fact that he would be coming to Kislev. None of us are sure who sent the messages. We assume at first it was one of our own, but none have been found here. Nor is this meager town civilized enough to boast a mortal who recognizes our inherent superiority and might have the wherewithal to send for them. So, that's just how it is. And as for each of the bloodlines, well, they have their own reasons to follow the prophecy of the 1,000 thrones.
I see.
Oh, it has something to do with. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but something to do with ruling the world, ancient Nehekhara, Nagash, the great necromancer. When he spoke that, you've instinctively just winced.
Yeah.
Silly things like that, honestly. But, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting.
Well,
Yes.
like I've said, von Karstein's, us, I mean, we want to grab the boy because of our lineage and of our, just, what's to say, our right to rule the empire. After all, our progenitor almost brought your nation to its knees a few hundred years ago. I wasn't around back then, but I know the tales. And
Yes.
my master was one of those vampires who stood at Vlad's side. So there you go. Lamians, those whores undoubtedly believe they can seduce the boy into serving their winsome purposes. I have heard they have blundered along his trail already, wrapping a few weak-willed mortals around their fingers to get this far. And from what I've seen, however, the boy will be more likely to seduce them. Their carriage is the one with the fancy silk curtains and the pretty young boys as coachmen.
With the silk what?
What?
You said their carriage is the one with the silk, and I didn't hear what you said after
Curtains.
that. Okay.
And the pretty boys in service.
Yes. Necrarchs, so they are always interesting. One of their kind, based near Wolfenburg, I believe, was enraptured by this prophecy. He saw the boy as encroaching on his own destiny. I'm not sure if he survived and is still looking to kill the lad, or if another of his bloodline is here. You can recognize the Necrarch's carriage because it is little more than a hearse, and his attendees are obviously animated skeletons. Embarrassing, really, those walking corpses have no sense of style. You, Conrad and Cadveo, you remember Wolfenburg, and you remember the thing that erupted on the stage.
The Tra.
The Tra, yeah. And Strigoi, such silly believers. They and their vagabond servants are ridiculously superstitious, you know. They have fallen so wholeheartedly for this prophecy nonsense, they have gone so far as to kidnap, I hear, one of the blood dragons. Imagine bringing one of those dangerous fellows all this way against his will, based on a few lines of bad poetry. Ridiculous. They have come in large numbers, like a plague. At least 2 or 3 of the carriages are theirs. They will need that many to control the beast they have caged, I imagine. You can tell which by the humorous little wall they have built against the rest of us, circling the wagons, as it were.
So probably better that we didn't open that.
Yeah. By the way, Sean and Brian, if you could probably spot references to your previous adventures a few times when I was speaking here. Yeah.
Luther is walking back over with a fresh beer.
Yeah.
And
oh, by the way, Valin gave you gold crown to buy for you to buy yourself something.
What a sweetheart!
Yeah. So that's he told buy something good for yourself and keep the change.
Oh my god, he's so nice.
Yes, well, yeah. So there you go. He looks at you.
If we were to find the child, Karl.
Oh well, he's not here. He supposedly left. He left for the crags, I've heard, I think. But I guess people here will know more. We should probably, speak with them if you want. But no, he's not here. If he would be here, this place would probably be long since destroyed. After my kind would fight for the right to own the boy. And the poor misguided people here would probably sell their lives to save him. Alas, he is not here, I'm sad to say. But he supposedly will return, at least that's what he supposedly also told his followers before leaving for the cracks.
Oh, okay, interesting. So he was here. Okay, so that's good to know.
Yes. He left some time ago. I don't know how long. You'd probably learn that from speaking to other people here. Took some of the best from his entourage, which I guess that's not saying much. Took few of the local people, including the local hunter and trucker, and left for the place in the north. Supposedly to find his destiny. And Cadveo and Conrad, we also remember that when Karl was still with the Crusade, you were part of the inner circle. You've heard that he sometimes said that his destiny lies in Kislev.
Yeah, I do remember that because when we got to, I guess it was when we went to Altdorf was when he started saying that, right?
Yeah, but I mean later out
in.
of the game, after your characters left for the Villa Han. Cadveo and Conrad were with the inner circle for some time, and when you were traveling with him, you know, before and after, then you've heard the and later in the camp, you've heard that, you know, he was saying things like that.
Yeah.
So, impress me, mortals. Impress me with some bold details, and I will tell you more about the prophecies.
I killed a werewolf in one hit.
That's impressive. I will tell you about the prophecy all you want. No, but tell me where that was.
What was that village called? Dunkelbill.
Yes.
Well, I always thought it was Dunkelblut.
No, built, Dunkelbill.
Yeah, I know.
If somebody has a hurdy-gurdy, I will sing my tale.
You see that this is a place where probably there's no troubadour, minstrel, or anything like that.
All right. Well, in that case, I will not sing my tale. Conrad probably remembers it better. Take it away, Conrad.
Well,
take it away on how you didn't kill the werewolf and I did.
Actually, I killed more werewolves than you. I just
take it away on how you didn't kill the werewolf and were distracted by fighting normal ass dogs when I killed the werewolf.
I think we have a memory gap here.
I believe that memory gap exists only in your mind.
While you guys are saying this, I'm staring at the vampire, and I'm going to ask him if his kind do this like the Kaimon do as well.
What do you mean?
Measuring dicks.
Oh, yes. We've invented that. You know, especially if you live for very long, it's all about tales about personal glory and achievements. You know, I've seduced this prince, and I've defeated this knight of Bretonia, and I've managed to bind an undead dragon to my will from far south, stuff like that, really.
That's pretty cool.
If you say so, yes, that's it. That it is. Although it's rather impractical. I mean, you have to have a place for the dragon to be kept.
I get that you're probably not super happy about I'm pressed immortal, but I think it's pretty cool.
My friend, we are undoubtedly very dangerous when it comes to angering us and unleashing our wrath upon the world. For most of my kind, this is not what we want. We just want to be left alone and to subtly steer our, I don't want to say inferiors, but you know what I mean, towards achieving our own goals. And truth be told, I am not very good at it, never was. But most of my most of my comrades, for them this game is all that matters, especially for the spawn of Neferata, the Queen Bitch herself. It's all about games, machinations, working from the shadows, masquerade, you could say. Yes.
Yeah, I prefer just punching and chopping things.
Punching and chopping things really is the best way to go.
Then you would probably felt a lot better in the company of a blood dragon. Her old color.
Mm-hmm.
They are all for fighting things. They're all about fighting things. The bigger, the better. Supposedly, if they'll face the ultimate enemy, they will be cured from the curse. Like their forefather was.
Interesting.
But, of course, I believe this is a fairy tale. I don't think... First of all, this is not a curse. This is a blessing. And second of all, you can get rid of it once you get it. You can
Good to know.
You can only go forward. Well, that's the werewolf tale was impressive. Let me tell you. What about you, Cadveo? You are an elf. You've lived for very long. I bet that you did a lot of heroic stuff. Impressive stuff.
You would be surprised, actually.
What would be funny is if he talked about all of his adventures that were even better than this one.
I care not for heroics. I've failed at love.
Oh my god, here we go with this shit again.
At love, you are... So your heart beats for someone else. How romantic. Tell me this maiden's name. Steven. Sorry.
I don't remember her last... Out of character, I don't remember her last name, but
Jesus.
Janelle.
Okay. Oh, like your horse.
But I
Okay.
put the last name in there so
That's
the...
gross.
so you guys don't think it's the fucking horse.
It's the horse, right?
Yeah, the horse.
Yeah, it's the horse, isn't it? Yeah.
Janelle, a Bretonian name. Beautiful name. It feels good saying that. Janelle, he says. And he says that, by the way, I can't, of course, mimic that, but he says that in a perfect Bretonian accent. Very musical, like, very, very, stylish. That's a sad tale, my friend Cadvale. What happened to Janelle? I guess that she's a human, you're an elf. And I've heard that unions between your kinds, well, you see that he didn't say my kind, even though it was clear that he was once human. He probably doesn't consider himself anymore. Unions between your kinds are frowned upon, aren't they?
Yes, and there's no corner of the known world where it would have been possible. I believe she was married to a noble family in Middenheim.
Middenheim. Such a horrible, dreary place. I hate it. They're all about, they have this strange wolf fetish. It's like wolves this, wolves that, wolves everything. And they are so close-minded. If she really was sent there to marry one of those horrible Midlander people, then you have my full condolences, friend Cadveo. I think that after we'll conclude our business here, we shall go to Middenheim, find Janelle, and reunite you, two lovers. This is a just cause.
I'm not sure she's even alive still.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, that can be arranged.
I mean, you can get one of her descendants. You're what, like 1,000 years old?
There's this uncomfortable silence.
I'm being the practical one here.
Are you talking to me or the vampire?
I'm talking to you, Cadvale, you sad sack of shit.
I'm 107. Okay, 107.
The years haven't been kind.
Wow, you're much younger than me, says Valin. I'm surprised. But it's clear that you saw a lot, Cadvale. You have my deepest sympathies. I may be a blood-sucking creature of the night, but I still remember what it was to love
I
someone.
may be a blood-sucking parasite, but I know what love is.
You're saying this to him like that?
No.
Okay. Let's drink to Cadvale and lovely Janelle. May they be reunited after death.
Yes.
What about you, Conrad? So far, your comrades here, they told me lovely stories. I particularly like the one about lost love. I'm a sucker for things like that. Sucker, get it? But I want you to tell me something interesting. Tell me about your heroic escapades in the name of Sigmar. Tell me how you defeated 100 heretics in battle. And I will tell you all there is about the prophecy.
Man. Well, there was this one guy who was who pissed me off, and what was the name of that village?
And I punched him.
For murder in Austin.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Actually, I think it was in
It was Ostlin, wasn't it?
No, it was I think Talabek land on the border with Stirland.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was near it was probably on the road near Liesk.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was. Wait a second, I'm going to paint it. It was here, somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was maybe like a couple days before we got to the river.
Yeah, to the river Ster.
Yeah. Anyway. No, there's got to be something better than that I think of. I'm trying to think of all the things that Conrad has done. Well, I did manage to chop down
Dziękuję.
some conspirators against the child
Oh,
in
really?
in Wolfenburg.
Wolfenburg. So mayhaps you've met the foul necrarch.
Probably.
If you don't know how a necrarch looks, they are tall, bony, look like walking death, completely insane from what I've heard. They are masters of magic, though, masters of dark arts. Supposedly,
Yes,
they've been taught by Nagash himself in ages past, although that may be false. By the way,
it was hard to tell what he looked like because he was killing so many people in the crowd.
Oh, I see. Well,
But my performance as Sigmar was
Oh,
was riveting.
so you're an actor.
No.
Oh, even better. So you're a natural actor. Yes.
But yes, I managed. Yes, I managed to fight off some conspirators with stage prop weapons and kill them all.
And you live to tell the tale. Well, that is impressive. That is very impressive. He says, and you see that he's serious about this. By the way. Now that's quite something. Well, I guess in that case you've made a good impression on me, a really good impression. I can tell you about the prophecies if you wish, and how each of the bloodlines views them.
Yes, I would love to know more of these prophecies.
Well, the prophecies of the Thousand Thrones, each of our bloodlines has a different interpretation of them, but all are devoted to lifting the curse of the old gods of Nehekhara and bringing about the age of 1,000 thrones. The 1,000 thrones were first spoken by Vusoran during the fall of Lamia, but little more is known of them by you mortals. Based upon the so-called Zandri scrolls and the memoirs of our kind captured throughout the history, it has been surmised that the age of 1,000 thrones will be brought about by a tremendously powerful spell or profane miracle that will bring great changes to the natural order of the world. Our kind will no longer need to hide from the sun or even drink blood from you mortals for survival. You will worship us as undying overlords, as gods. However, only 1,000 vampires will survive to see this empire of darkness, and he who lifts the curse of the old gods will rule them all. And, well, when it comes to different bloodlines, von Karsteins, my kind, Vashanesh, which some of us believe was Vladimir von Karstein, the first and greatest of the vampire counts, was the scion of Nagash, who escaped the curse of the old gods. When the sun god Ptra no longer rules the sky, the bearer of Vashanesh's ring will become the overlord of 1,000 thrones. What's that sound in the background? Oh,
Sorry, what?
something in the background was like, I don't know, but now it's gone.
Sorry, I was doing something. Let me mute this real quick. Go ahead.
I've heard that one of my kind, rather unlikable Lydia von Karstein, has discovered an alternate reading of the prophecy involving the old gods of northern belief and some kind of soul-binding ritual from ancient Lamia, but I don't know the details. By the way, you guys do know about whom he is speaking.
Yeah.
When it comes to Lamians, well, the Lamians, from what I've heard, believe that Karl is an avatar of Sigmar, harboring memories and knowledge gained from Nagash when Sigmar donned the crown of sorcery. By learning Nagash's true elixir of life formula and the power words employed by the necromancer to command the vampires, Lamians seek to dominate the age of the 1,000 thrones. their mistress Neferata, the first vampire, he says with this, smirk, has commanded her daughters to recover the boy and bring them to their fortress somewhere in the World's Edge Mountains. Supposedly she lives there for thousands of years now. I guess that she probably intends to beguile him with some kind of potent ritual, learn his secrets and gain the power that will allow her to enslave all vampires as the true champion of the night, blah blah blah. Boring stuff, as is the case with Lamians most of the time. Blood dragons. About those fellows, I know probably the least amount of information. The first blood dragon, Aborash, he supposedly never knew Nagash, so they don't really concern themselves with Thousand Thrones prophecies, and probably that's why they don't have encampment here. The single blood dragon who's present here has been taken captive by the Strigoi somewhere in the Empire, and probably knowing the blood dragons, they dismiss such talk as the foolish dreams of weaklings who desire to return to former glories without paying the requisite price in battle. So at least we don't need to worry about those maniacs visiting this place, well, except for the one that I mentioned before. Necrarchs, the spawn of Vusoran. They're extremely well educated about the vampire prophecies, they have access to volumes of research conducted over the ages by Nagash's most loyal disciple. Vusoran himself was his best pupil, from what I've understood. And their partial exemption from the blood curse makes Necrarchs rather arrogant, each one believing he is destined to be the master of the Thousand Thrones. They look to numerology, astrology, and genealogy for clues about how to live the blood curse. I wouldn't be surprised if that maniac from Wolfenburg would have his very own theory about the age of the Thousand Thrones and his place in it. I do wonder if he's still alive. Well, not alive, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And finally we go to the Strigoi. The Strigoi vampires believe, from what I've heard, that Karl is truly Sigmar reborn, but Sigmar received the blood kiss during his great battle against Nagash's army at the dawn of the Empire. The kiss purportedly was delivered by a Strigoi vampire who had rallied under Nagash's banner when Strigos fell. Strigos was their own old kingdom, which they've ruled as benevolent masters for their human population until Necrarchs. I think we were talking about Necrarchs. I think until Necrarchs, not Necrarchs, Lamians decided to destroy it using some orcs who were nearby. It's an ancient history. Anyway, this connection to the once glorious kingdom of Strigos implies Karl must be the champion of night and predestined ruler of the new vampire kingdom. However, the Strigoi also believe the bloodlines have become diluted, and only by receiving the blood kiss from each of the 5 major bloodlines can Karl truly awaken his birthright and live the curse of the old gods of Nehekhara. I guess that's why they've kidnapped the blood dragon. So that was the history lesson with Valin the Vampire. Thank you very much. I think, and he gets up, I think I'm going to take a long, nice walk, get some fresh air. It was nice chatting with you, gentlemen. Cadveo, Conrad, Luther. I will be visiting this place a few more times. I hope to see you all here. Have a nice day. And word of advice, don't come to the northern part of the trail leading to the cracks. As I've said before, most of my kin are not as social as I am. Best of luck to you. And he, drank the last of the liquid from his cup. You don't know, by the way, what liquid was that. Bowed to you, bowed to the bartender, and left.
I point at the cup and just that's blood, right?
Oh, yes it is.
All right.
Is the sun still?
The sun, well, it is day, but it is overcast.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. But you don't know. Maybe, I mean, you remember that Lydia, for example, was able to walk in the sun.
Right. Yeah. So nothing surprised me anymore.
Yeah. Well,
right now.
He left the place.
Yeah. Well, that was enlightening.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah. Very, very. So I guess we may have jumped the gun with Lydia there.
Well, no, I don't want to say that. But what I do want to say, Conrad, Cadvale, is if we meet another witch hunter, let's not tell them we did this.
Well, you know what happens in Kislev stays in Kislev.
I mean, in the case of Cadvale and whatever romantic escapades he has with Alan, sure.
We're in the belly of the beast right now. I don't think there's going to be any fighting that'll save us. Like anything that we do right now is going to be diplomatic.
We might be in the mouth of the beast right now. I don't think we're in the belly. And, you know, from the way that Valen was talking to you, Cadvale, he's about to be, you know, probably about 6 inches deep in you.
I knocked your drink over.
Well, anyway, let's grab our bottle and let's see about getting a place to stay for the night and figure out what we want to do from there.
Just take it as a compliment, Cadvale. You're attractive to undead people.
Yeah, pull some cheese out of your ass or something.
Ass
That's a
cheese.
success.
That means you're not going to smack him. Okay. Yeah, you finish your drinks, I guess.
A lovely piece of cheese.
Oh, you really did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you see that.
I'm not going to back down from that bullshit.
You saw that Luther.
I'm petty.
You saw that Luther, reached to his back pocket and pulled out a nice piece of Gouda.
I get up to leave.
Okay.
You see that, Cadvale? I can grant wishes.
Oh, by the way, Cadvale, for each day that you want your horse to stay here, you need to pay 10 pennies. Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I just paid for 1 day.
I think that you did, so let's just say that, next day you
paid
have
for
to...
3 days. I remember that.
Yeah? You paid for... Okay, so yeah, so in that case...
When you took them back to the stables where it was like all black horses and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was also kind of concerned that they would eat my horse, so I wanted to make sure they were getting more money than... Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. So in that case, you've paid for 3 days, no problem. You exit the tavern, I guess.
Yes, and I believe the guy told us where old cat Yevid is.
Yes.
So we'll head over that way.
Do you want to one last time try to speak with people here about gossip? Maybe, find someone who knows Reichspiel, or do you just want to leave?
I personally just want to leave. I feel like we got the
best that we're going to get.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't want to press my luck here. I'd rather go to old
Luther
cat.
might get further than you if he offers some cheese.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Pants cheese.
That's some primo Gouda.
Oh, man. Emmentaler. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. For some reason, I always think of that Sicilian cheese that has maggots in it. But
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there is
you never heard of that? I looked it up
I
the
have
last
had
time.
that. And it's pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
No,
It looks
kidding.
so
Cheese
disgusting.
with maggots is awful. Fucking News at 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's important to provide these kind of life lessons.
Yeah, it's like it's like eating that herring from Sweden, which is
Oh yeah.
fermented.
Roblox or whatever.
Yeah, fermented in a can.
Ludicrous.
That you need to open. I think they always open it in a bucket full of water, and even then I saw a few YouTube videos
Oh no,
where
you're saying surströmming.
surströmming, where people are like just vomiting when they open this shit. And I've heard that it is very just disgusting when you eat it. It's not good.
I worked at a shop here that sold that.
Oh wow!
People bought it.
Really?
Yeah.
You can sell it just
You
like
can sell
in
it
the shop?
in the US. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get away with selling a lot of dumb shit here.
Wow.
Or like stinky tofu. Have you ever had that?
No.
I have had that, and I regret every time I had to bite down on it.
Yeah, it's like eating slimy garbage. It's awesome.
The tagline there is, it's very famous street food, but the other tagline is, there's not much of it left because it's not good.
Yeah.
Well, like, so
Anyway.
the most hardcore thing that I ever ate was like, I don't know, dried calamari from Ukraine. Something like that. So I really like those kind of things. Anyway, you exit the place.
I've had a fermented duck egg from like Thailand or something. It was like the yolk was green on the inside.
Oh
She was
yeah.
like,
Yeah. That's like
It's-
1,000-year-old eggs that they.
I liked that.
Funny
I don't
thing,
like
they are even described in the second edition's Old World Armory in Delicacies. 1,000-year-old eggs from cafe. And I think it says that only the emperor can afford them, can afford to eat them. Yeah, so yeah, that's a nice bit of trivia here. But you exit the place, and once again you are greeted by the Vision from Hell. By Vision from Hell, I mean the town square, filled to bursting with the last pathetic remnants of the Crusade of the Child. People, most of those people don't even have the strength to stand. They are honestly starved, half dead. Some of them you see are dead, and you don't want to stir too much, perhaps. But few of the corpses that are laying here and there, you see that they are missing parts of their bodies. You've heard about the sweet pork. And you've heard about what happens to certain provinces, even provinces of the empire, when the famine hits.
Yeah.
People turning into cannibals to sustain themselves. Yeah. So of course when you exit, a few of those people are like crawling towards you and they are, please, mercy, Shalia's mercy, Karls mercy, give us some food. We are starving, please. But even weaker than that, and even with even more like hoarse voices. Please, those people. Honestly, some of them can't even be called that. They can't even be called human. They look like they are dead. They just don't know it yet. So I guess you quickly skimp around the edge and move towards the old Kadievit. Okay. Ironically, of course, if you would, you'd probably be able to gain some information from those people here, especially with food. You know that.
I'm on the verge of dumping a lot of money to buy a bunch of food, and I would just like to point this out to my comrades that I might disappear for a minute.
But you all know, even without rolling, you all know, Luther, one thing, that if you are going to buy a bunch of food, which by the way you're not sure if you'll be able to buy a bunch of food here, and dump the food for to those people, it would probably turn into a mass riot.
In that case, while passing through this, I really want to hammer home a point to Conrad. Is this this is the God that you choose to pray to? The God that allows this kind of shit to happen?
Well, we're here to find out if Karl is truly Sigmar reborn, or or a false god that we are led to believe. That's not Sigmar. That's this false god.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what they believed in.
That one fucking kid is maybe a false god. I'm talking about the hundreds of dying people that pray to Sigmar.
Well, maybe you should proselytize to them about Tal. See if that makes it any better.
Maybe I will.
You're so smart.
It's hard to choose. Some kind of virgin tree hugger or child warrior god. Am I right?
Oh, honey, I ain't no virgin.
Anyway, you approach the what?
I've been with poplar. I've been with oak. I've been with hickory. I even popped that sweet cherry blossom.
I even fucked a pine one time.
You ain't been with the oak of ages.
Oh my god. The Old Kadievit, which lies across the street from the comparatively pleasant Taustit, is a sagging wooden building with a rotting roof. It squats on its crumbling foundation like an obese hag, all warts and brooding secrets. You see that it has a single door leading inside, and yeah, that's it. Doesn't really look. I mean, there's no like sign. There's no sign saying that it is Old Kadievit. Even though you've been told the name. The front door, probably which never closed too well, latches with a leather cord. And this this building, well, I mean, it is taller than most other buildings in Zhidovsk, but that's about it. You knock at the door?
Yeah, Conrad walks up to the door and knocks on it. Bam, bam, bam.
When you've knocked at the door, you've almost broken it. Like, you're sure that the door is only like hanging on a single hinge. But after you've knocked a few times, you hear quiet footsteps from inside. And you hear, actually in Reichspiel, interestingly enough, coming, but the Reichspiel is very accented. The door open, and you see that, like as I said before, this they are normally latched with a leather cord that the owner probably ties to a post. You see inside there's a short corridor that opens onto, you guess, a tiny dining room. There's a narrow staircase leading up, and in front of you stands a very old, very hag-like looking, and very fat woman.
Conrad, you didn't tell us we were going to meet your mother.
I don't even know if my mother's alive at this point.
Yeah. You see that she looks at you. She is old, but she's clearly not of. She's still of a sharp mind. Welcome to Kadievit, dearie. I am Helga. How can I help you, eh? She says.
We were told over at Taustit that you might have lodgings for a band of weary travelers.
I see. You, by the way, have no idea what the fuck Old Kadievit, like, what's the meaning of this, and you are honestly kind of afraid to ask. Yes. Yes, you want to rent a room, eh?
Yes, please.
Well, come on in.
Yeah.
You
Walk
enter
in.
the place, and interesting enough, on the main square, most of the people, well, and the same can be said about the other streets in Zhidovsk. There are so many people here, so many crusaders, that they staff even the side alleys, side streets, stuff like that. They sleep on the entrances to the houses, much to the chagrin of its owners. But none of them stays near this place. It's like, it's like they're maybe afraid of it. You don't know. You enter the interior. I guess that all of you enter, right?
Yeah.
Kadveil?
Yeah.
Well, very well. I do have 3 rooms, 10 rooms. I rent each of them for a reasonable rate. of 7 imperial pennies. That also includes breakfast. If you pay for a week's lodging, you get a change of sheets. And a bucket of hot water on holidays to honor the gods.
Say, I don't know how long we're gonna be here. But-
All of my 9 husbands used to stay in this place. Actually, my last customer was my 9th husband, Felizushenk. he stayed at this boarding house. It was his last night ever.
It's a great sales pitch.
Oh, he hung himself.
You know, there's some wooded areas outside that we might be able to build a shelter in.
So just as I said before, guys, remember, it is abominably cold here, and you know that there is a full encampment of vampires around.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I look at Cadwell. I say, I think we should stay inside. This place seems cheery enough. And I say to her, so wait, just so I get this right. So it's 7 pennies per day.
Yes, and this includes breakfast.
And if we pay for a week up front, we get clean sheets even.
Yes, clean sheets and a bucket of hot water on holidays.
I don't know what where we are in the holiday cycle.
You also have no idea. I mean, you have no idea, but you guess that maybe she'll just decide when to give you the bucket of water.
Right. Well, I think. Well, we have no idea how long we'll be here for, ma'am. So how about if we just pay for a night and see where that takes us?
Very well. Just so you know, the rooms are all single.
Correct. All right. I'll cover you boys. So 21 pennies.
Yes. Oh, and just friendly warning: do not look under the beds, since now in my 45th year, I am far too old to go snooping under them to fish out filth, eh?
Okay.
She took the payment. And she fished out from under her apron 3 sets of simple iron keys. Gave each of one to you. They have numbers on them. She told you, you go upstairs. And you find your rooms. All of them face a central corridor where you can see my paintings of my beloved 9 husbands.
Sounds great.
I know.
How do you speak Reichspiel so well?
Oh, a few of my husbands used to speak Reichspiel, and I sometimes dealt with you Imperials who visited our place, and decided to rent a room. I'm a self-learner, you could say.
Sounds good. All right. Let's go upstairs and see what the deal is.
Yeah, you go upstairs on a very creaking staircase, very creaking. You realize that this place is a dump. It is literally falling apart. The staircase is narrow. True to what old Helga said, it opens to a small, central corridor where the rooms are located. You locate each of your rooms. You open them. The rooms would be cozy if it weren't for the sting of rot and old cheese. The corners of the rooms are all blackened with mold. And you shudder to think what would happen if you decide to scratch the surface of this mold. Likewise, the beds are simple. In Kislevite style, the sheets and the pillows are very large and very fluffy. But you can, even from the smell, but from the side itself, you see that they haven't been cleaned in probably ages. They are just disgustingly filthy. But they are warm. You can also see that they will protect you from the cold. And yeah, you are, but you know, you look towards the space below the beds, towards the darkness, and you can just imagine all of the horrible scatological terrors lurking inside, below the beds. Each room has a single very filthy window, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we notice any of the paintings on the walls?
Well, I mean, on the paintings were on the main corridor, and they were well, they are more than basic. It's clear that Helga is no artist. She just painted, 9 different males who were supposedly her husbands, but her skill is lacking, to say the least.
Okay.
Yeah. That said, it must be said, it is warm here. It is warm. It stinks. It's disgusting, but you don't feel the chill.
Oh, so we got that going for us.
Yeah.
Um.
And
Well,
I
so-
want to accentuate once again that Kislevite chill is much worse than anything you felt in the Empire.
Right.
Just so you know.
Mhm.
Should we take watches with the doors open in this place, or
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Well, it's still early afternoon. I'm assuming that we need to do some more stuff and then go back to unless she's got dinner. But I didn't sound like she made dinner. She just gives us breakfast. Go back to
Well, the
to
breakfast is in the price of the room, but
Right.
you can perhaps maybe ask her if she would be willing to cook you a dinner.
Yeah. Well, maybe we just need to powwow up in the room for a minute to formulate a plan for what we're gonna do, and then I would say we ask her, get some gossip from her if we can. What do you guys think?
yeah?
So, I mean, essentially, we know that that Karl is to the north, the vampire camp is to the north, but we're not supposed to go there. And I don't know how long Karl's planning to be gone. If we need to go after him, or if we just need to wait for him to come back.
I think we need to intercept him before the vampires get him.
That's kind of what I was thinking too, but
We just need to be careful that we actually circumnavigate the vampire camp, give it a wide berth.
Well, I feel like we need to figure out more about what's going on in this town too. So, so maybe let's go back downstairs after we figured out our rooms and stuff. Go back downstairs and talk to what's her nuts some
Helga.
more. Helga, yes.
So, yeah, you don't even have chests or dressers or even chairs or stools in your rooms. It's just beds, and that's it. They honestly feel more like cells than rooms. Yeah.
Okay.
This place, this Zhidovsk town, really feels like nothing, no place that you've ever been to before. Even in Slovenia, the villages sometimes were better than this. Sometimes. Yeah. So, I guess that none of you leaves anything in your rooms. You take everything with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not intending to store anything in there.
Okay. In that case, you go down and you enter the small dining room that was at the end of the short corridor that you saw from the entrance.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the small dining room, you see, it's actually pretty clean and looks pretty nice. There's there's a table covered in a pretty looking Kislevite blanket, what's the word for the cloth that you cover your table?
The tablecloth.
Tablecloth, yeah. It has this floral motifs. There are even more paintings. Some of them you see are also paintings of Helga's husbands, but others are like just nature paintings, stuff like that. You see a vase filled with flowers on one of them. There's a cupboard filled with dishes and other cooking utensils, and there's Helga who's whistling to herself, and she's just cleaning the windows right now. Oh, she turns around when she hears that you're coming. Oh, so you've made yourselves comfortable, eh? You want to eat something? I can prepare something for you. A meal for, let's say, 3 pennies per person.
We're not hungry right now, but for dinner that would be perfect.
Excellent. I I will cook you some fine rabbit then, eh?
Sounds delicious.
There are quite few of them in the forests around here. They have good meat. Yes, good meat.
All of a sudden, I look at the other guys and I'm like, "Is she gonna serve us?" Okay.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
She's gonna serve us fucking finger stew. All right. But anyway, so I say, how long have all these people been in the square? What can you tell us about what's going on here in town?
Do you want to just ask her, or do you want to ask her with, a bonus, so to speak?
Do I want to ask her? Well, I mean, I guess I want to ask her with a bonus.
Okay. How big of a bonus?
I don't know. Am I spending luck?
No, I'm asking if you want to pay her and ask.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How about a gold crown? What would that get me?
Oh, Jesus. This will give you an action under the table.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, Conrad, I mean, she's had 9. You could be number 10.
That's what I was shooting for.
You are giving her gold crowns. She literally,
Yeah.
Her jaw drops, her eyes turn into saucers. She grabs the coin and hides it in her bosom, which is large. As we have a saying in Poland, you hug one and you cover yourself with the other. Yeah. Well, Sunny, what do you want to know, eh? I'll be glad to give you any information I can. That said, I don't really go out and socialize too much. Not with the folk outside, the square,
Well, first of all, what can you tell us about? We've been to Tal's Teat and here, but what else is there? Is there any other places we should go in town?
Well, there are a few places if you want. There's Tomor of Supplies, which are on the way to Vitsi. They're run by Oleg Tomorov, who's the prospector. Piotr Tomorov, who's the owner. He's a merchant, a very, very fine man. He saw a lot of the world. He was in Erengrad even. He sells geese fat. Yes. Tomor of Supplies are a place for you if you want to stock up on supplies. There's the Shalian mission, which is on the other side of the square. It's run actually by a priestess of Shalia, one of your kind. I mean the Imperials, Hanna, I think her name is. Although I haven't seen her for a long time, I don't know if anything's fine with her. I remember she tried to, when she came here first, she tried to help many people. Sometimes maybe she was a bit too eager. But she's a fine woman. then there's what? Then there's Taostit, also Taostit. But you've visited this place as well before, so yes. Yes. Well.
Is that pretty much it? Places to see around town?
Yes, there are not that many interesting places here. We are a small community, sir. Nothing really happens. I mean, they say it's dark times. Maybe the last gift didn't take.
How long have the people been in the square?
Oh, those poor souls. Well, sir, they've been. I think they've been around a month, maybe 3 weeks. I remember that the boy that they venerate so much arrived here like a month before. He used to stay here with in a new household each night. And then his followers came. Like a week after he arrived. After like another week, he began to venture into the woods, to explore the area. And more of his people came into Zhidovsk. Also, the first of the Dark Ones visited this place. It was 2 weeks ago, I think. A week ago, I think the child disappeared into the north with his bodyguards and old Shak, our huntsman and tracker. None of them returned. So, I don't know. And about a week ago, more of the Dark Ones arrived. Yes, they arrived here. With even more of the child's followers. Yes, I think that's it.
Okay.
But as I said, I don't really follow any of this nonsense. I'm just waiting for it all to pass.
And you don't know of any place they might have gone in the crags?
No.
You can think of?
I mean, the cracks, a wise man does not go there if he doesn't need to. Let's just say like that. They are a dangerous place. And you see that she wanted to say something, but she just thought better and just didn't say anything. Like, oh, it's like there's a well, as I said before, they're not a good place to visit. So I suggest that you don't.
Well, we shall see where tomorrow takes us.
Yes. Well, all of my rooms are free right now, so you can stay here as long as you want.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll prepare some meal for the evening. In that case, yes, it will be 3 pennies per meal.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll pay you up front.
Thank you very much. Oh, and
I paid 9 pennies.
I guess if you want to learn more about what happened to the boy, and you probably should speak with those unfortunates at the square, eh? Just be careful. I've heard that, and she whispers, a plague is around.
Yes.
Well, anyway, I am going to fetch you some food. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
And she, she went to the kitchen, which is adjacent to the dining room. You all heard that, by the way.
About the plague?
Yeah, but you've heard the whole.
Everything.
You've heard the whole. The whole speech.
So I don't have to repeat myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fellas, looks like we might need to look for some supplies if we're traveling north. And you still got that pocket cheese, Luther?
I have already eaten it.
Oh, oh,
You need to ask
hey,
about the what lies in the crags, what she's not telling us.
yeah. Well, we can try that for later. Maybe maybe Tomarov knows. I say we head across the square and go to Tomarov's and see. At the very least, maybe I can buy some arrows.
Yeah, that's fair. Can we take a quick break?
Yeah, 5 minutes break,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay, sounds
Drink
good.
something, eat something. We'll be right back.
Okay,
Alright.
sounds good. Bye.
All right, I'm back.
Sorry, me too. There's stuff in my face.
I've been dry brushing 63 bookshelves this entire session just to get it done. Because I knew I wouldn't do it otherwise.
Yeah. Playing like Dungeons and Dragons or something?
Frostgrave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, they'll probably get used for D&D at some point, but
Yeah.
we're not doing any in-person stuff until the rest of us get vaccinated.
Yeah, probably wise. We've actually had pretty high rates of, or it seems like we have high rates of vaccination. They've opened it up to everybody here now. And
Same.
my wife and daughter have gotten their first shots.
Slotted for Thursday.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Because work doesn't want to vaccinate us, we had to find our own, even though we produced the vaccine.
Yeah, you told me. That's kind of
biggest
a
load
little
of
weird.
bullshit.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Is like here, the system is weird. When they opened it up, it was like, oh, you can, get online and see where you can get vaccines here, and it's one of those systems where it's like you fill out all the stuff, you click, I want this date, and then like, oh, sorry, that one's not available.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they just started posting up, but like, here's there's 300 doses a day over at the Hoover Met. Show up, or there's a couple hundred doses over here at like Legion Field. Show up.
okay, that might be sort of what it was like. My wife handled it for them, and they got vaccinated on the same day, but at completely different sites and hours apart. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But at least they're getting vaccinated now.
Yeah.
Before we were sitting around and it's like, oh, you're not eligible, so don't bother.
Yeah.
And my son, unfortunately, won't be 16 until January. So
That's stupid. You should have had your kid earlier then.
yeah, exactly. Why didn't you just have him earlier?
This is your fault. Actually, gonna turn the air on. It's getting kind of hot in here.
For me, I had to turn it off because somebody had it going full blast, and I don't know what the deal is, but I guess I'm sitting right under a vent, and that's freezing my butt off.
I'm back.
Not cool.
Started eating chips and salsa, and I couldn't stop.
Yeah, that's always a problem for me. Like,
Even if you don't really want them, like once you've had like 2 or 3, like
yeah.
you're locked in.
Yeah, I've also been buying guac at Costco, so that's another one that it's like, oh, I just ate this whole tub of guacamole. Look at me.
All right, that should help cut down the heat just a bit.
Yeah, we roasted yesterday the track meat, and we weren't even there that late. We got there like 9-ish, and we left by about close to noon. And it was hot. And apparently mask wearing is optional in the stands.
What, really?
Well, so our governor lifted statewide mask mandate, but the city of there are certain municipalities that are like, oh yeah, well we're still requiring masks. Hey.
Hey.
But so the town we were in one of the suburbs of Phoenix. I don't know if they have. I have no idea. It's the Wild West out here as far as that goes. I mean, so some people want to earn votes by not having a mask mandate or being we're rugged individualists. So this is how the West was won, kind of bullshit. So our school district requires us to still wear masks. So when we're in track meets in our school district, they're like, yeah, sorry, you still have to wear a mask. And most people do. Some people do not. But at this meet, it was weird, so we go down there, everybody's wearing a mask when you enter, whatever. But then we go up in the stands and there's like all these people just not wearing them. Like, okay. And what was even weirder is there was like some people sitting next to me, or not next to me, but near me, who I guess I didn't notice, but apparently they were wearing masks when they came in, sat down in the stands, took their mask off for the 2 hours they were there, and then put them back on when they left. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and you don't want to say anything either, because they could just take a gun out and shoot you or something. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
the only reason that you could, the only reason you wear a mask is when you're moving. That's when it's dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, it was just kind of bizarre.
Oh yeah, that's pretty stupid.
And so I'm fully vaccinated. I wore my mask the whole time, and it sucks to be in like 90-degree heat in the sun wearing a mask, but I do it every fucking day because I have to wear a mask on the playground when I do the playground duty. So it's like, okay, it's like, yeah, it's like, get over it.
Okay, we're back, all of us. I mean, here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So where did we end?
I think we were heading out into the crowd.
Okay, so you exit the old Kadievit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And we were intending to make our way to Tomarov's, and the only thing I was trying to explore is whether or not Luther had any cheese to tempt someone in the.
The powers of my cheese are limited to 1 day. Otherwise, it might become a problem.
All right.
So yeah, here's the Shan Shrine, and here's Tomarov.
I suppose we could go to the Shalian Shrine and see if there's anybody in there from the Crusade who's being tended to that we can talk to. That might be the way to go about it. That way we won't be harassed by people asking us for food.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's pay our respects at the Shalian mission.
Okay. So the rest of you, you follow Conrad?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably best.
Yes, my minions follow me. No.
Yeah, so, yeah, your NPCs. So I guess you, once again, skim the edges and probably, go here, 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 yeah, something like that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, shit.
Although Conrad is the kind of, whoa, hey.
Yeah, sorry, I had to move the map a bit. Okay, now it's good, yeah.
Although Conrad is the kind of guy who would, wade through and kick people, but...
Yeah, I guess.
But he's not going to. You
approach the shrine of Shalia. And this is a small mission dedicated to the Goddess of Mercy. It is constructed from probably local wood. The once white walls are now peeling and stained, and you see that even the stained red hearts on the front doors are a pale pink. The place, it's not what it used to be, obviously. You see that the doors are closed. There's no one outside. You
Okay,
try the door.
Yeah, I knock on the door.
You knock at the door. Okay, let me. Then I have to roll very quickly. Sorry. By the way, you guys like the Roll20 screen that I made? Any?
Yeah.
If you want me to change anything, like I didn't want to make one for this campaign because it's nearly over, and I think the maps are actually a better idea. But if you think that I can change anything for the Araby game, then let me know.
That looks fun.
Yeah, no, I think it looks good. I
Yeah.
mean, so you're having it to be the backdrop for the Roll20 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will
Yeah, I
be
think
it will be on the top part of Roll20, and there will be a space below for us to make like maps, count advantages, because 4th edition is all about advantages and counting stuff like that.
Okay.
It's it's mainly eye candy, but I think it will help with the atmosphere, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me roll. Oh. You knock at the door, and no one answers.
I try the door, see if it opens.
It's closed.
Locked.
Yes, stock lock.
Okay. So, I guess maybe the priestess is not home. I call
Or she's
call
over-
out. Do we know her name, right? The
Hannah.
lady.
Yeah.
I say, Hannah, are you home?
No one answers.
Alrighty. Well, I guess.
Can
no
I
one's
check
home.
around the sides of the building?
Yeah.
Are there any other entrances? Or...
No. There are no windows, in fact.
Are there any signs of life? Like,
Well, I mean, not outside. The building probably used to be very beautiful, very well kept, but is now slowly just, turning into this decrepit hovel. It's clear that no one is taking care of it. No one is taking care of the exterior, of the walls, of the door. The roof is in mildly good condition, but soon even it will probably start to sag. Yeah.
Well, let's go to Tomarov's and see if we can get what the 411 about what's going on here,
Mm-hmm.
and get some arrows, and maybe,
Yeah.
yes.
You approach. I mean, you enter the road leading to Vitsi, and very quickly approach Tomarov's supplies. This is a squat wooden building with a slate tower roof, and the name Tomarov's Supplies arcs over top of a miner's peak, a wheel of cheese, a candle, and a coil of rope on a sign out front of this general store. You enter the building, all of you, I presume.
yeah.
Yeah.
The smell,
I do for sure.
the smell and the noise cannot be ignored. The place reeks of rancid fat and goose droppings, and while the squawks of geese echo, sound from behind the curtain in the back. The place is a mishmash of goods and supplies. There are 3 main aisles with shelves on either side that are laden with a slew of miscellaneous items. Miscellaneous items.
Yeah, miscellaneous. Yeah.
Miscellaneous items.
Miscellaneous, got it.
Miscellaneous. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Just
Luther after some chili.
yeah, you can see that almost like there are a lot of things here. There are a lot of things here that you would find normally in the Empire in your average shop. Though the items are clearly of a poorer quality. Also, there are. You don't think that there are any weapons here. At least you don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, there's a man behind the counter. He's rather tall. He stands shy just of 6 feet tall. His muscle body is buried beneath layers of fat. And when you've entered, he was exploring his left nostril with a probing digit.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait a second. And now I need to roll again. Yeah. That's the only person you see here.
Okay.
You approach the man?
Yes, I say, good afternoon, sir. I take it you are Tomarov.
You see that the young man wears typical peasant garb and a fur hat, and he has a leather flask at his hip. He also has a cudgel. Hello. Sorry, actually, wait, I'm going to see if he speaks Reichspiel. That's... Spasiba. Sorry, Здравствуйте.
Do you speak Reichspiel, my good man?
Я не понимаю, co ty mówisz. Что ты гадаешь до mnie?
Son of a bitch.
Pagadi Pakislewski.
I try to speak battle tongue to him.
Okay, you begin to speak battle tongue. He looks at you. You know, you still speak battle tongue in Reichspiel, so that's not
okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah. That's
you,
fine.
you, yeah.
I just walk over and pull an arrow out of Cadfael's quiver and hold it in front and just like make a gesture of give us more.
Okay. Believe it or not, I'll have to roll for him because he's a moron.
All right.
He looks at the arrow. He looks at you. He's like, huh?
Well, that was his language. All right. Well, we'll have to find somebody to translate for us, I suspect.
Oh, I hate this town so much. It's the worst. Just let Kislev burn. I'm good.
Yeah, well...
Co, kupujecie coś czy nie? Pytasz. The young man asks.
So...
Could I search for arrows? Because that might be easier to communicate it if we.
You see a stack of arrows, yeah. You see a stack.
Oh, a stack of arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I point to it and like take a silver out.
Okay. That he understands. He's like, and he nods his head vigorously.
I elbow Conrad.
How much do arrows cost? For like 10.
Yeah, I'm looking to buy like 10, 20 arrows, something like that. I don't know how many I can carry.
Oh, you have a quiver, first of all?
Probably not.
Okay. Oh, yeah, here it is. Got it.
How much is it?
Arrows
according
cost...
to my character sheet, I do not.
Yeah, they cost 1 silver for 5, but for 10 you pay 1 silver because the prices here are cheaper.
Oh, okay. Do we find a quiver?
Yeah, you find like not a quiver per se, but they are sewed. Yeah, they are tied together with a cord. Sometimes hunters in the Empire, instead of quivers, use this technique that they
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'll buy 10 arrows.
So you pay 1 silver for that.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Cadfael, how much do you want to buy?
I think I'm still stocked. Let me check real quick. It's full screen. I have 23 arrows right now, so I think I'm good.
Okay. Conrad, do you want to buy? Luther, do you want to buy anything?
Man, I'm good. There's just nothing in here.
Okay, sure.
You said there's no weapons.
No, not really.
We should get some rations, though.
It's a general store, more than yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was the question I had for you guys. Is I agree with Cudville that we probably need to head north, and I don't know. Do you think we each need like a week's worth of rations to get us there?
Well, we'll also want stuff for the trip back, if we're getting the trip back.
2 weeks rations.
All right,
two weeks rations. Actually, yeah, Michael, there is some stuff I want to get.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Does he have rope?
Yes, he has.
I'd like to buy a coil of rope. I don't know how many feet that is.
10 meters, but I don't know what it is in the in the inferior.
Like, 10 meters would be about roughly 30 feet.
No, I'm of course kidding with the inferior stuff, just But if I'm using, for example, English version and Polish version, as I sometimes do when it comes to books, I have problems with counting the things, because they are usually in English you have like inches, ounces, stuff like that, and in Polish you have meters, kilos, stuff like that. So
right,
yeah, that's not always easy for me. That's why
no, it's a pain in the ass. I totally.
Especially the worst part are not even that. The worst part are travel distances. That's my biggest nemesis. Yeah. And I have the 4th edition rule book. I think I have all 4th edition books in English actually, so that would be at least easier. Okay, I'm trying to find the rope, and for some reason I am using rulebook instead of Old World Armory, because I don't really want to... Oh yeah, here it is. It's a gold crown for 10 meters. Yes. But in that case it will be what's the 20 silver is 1 gold crown, right?
Sure.
I believe so.
It will be 15 silver.
Okay.
For a coil of rope. Remember, those items are poor quality. The arrows, they have iron tips, not steel. The rope is, well, generally you see that it's probably seen better days and was probably used quite a lot. Just so you know, if you want to buy rations, you're not even sure you'll be able to buy rations here. Rations will, you probably buy them at Taustit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's better then. We'll do that.
At least that guy speaks Reichspiel.
Yeah. He does. He does. Okay. Let me quickly also roll one more time. Okay. Nice. So, do you want to buy anything else from the men?
I can't think of anything else. Can you guys?
No.
Does he have any garlic?
No.
Garlic necklaces?
No. Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, he has dried garlic necklaces. Sure. Yeah.
Anybody want a dried garlic necklace?
Why?
Just for fun. Oh, well, I'll skip it.
That's just Tillian superstition.
Yeah. Well, and also it might come off as a little rude.
Yeah.
It might come off as giving away that we're not here to, we're here to do something.
That we're not coming here to become vampiric thralls.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess in that case...
Or vampiric sex toys.
Sex. No, only Cadvale will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they only want Cadvale.
Yes, well, elves are a delicacy. But there are no vampire elves.
Up there in years, too.
Michael, let's have a talk about you never saying that phrase, that sentence again.
Okay, after you've paid the young man the money, you, I guess, left Tomor of Supplies.
Yep.
Okay, where to now? You are standing outside, it's chilly, it's cold, the sky is overcast. The smell of death coming from the square is overwhelming. It mixes with the smell of sap of pine trees all around you, of smoke coming from the many chimneys from the houses of Zhidovsk.
Mm-hmm.
It's a truly incredible palette of smells. but not really pleasant. Let's be honest. Where do you want to go now?
What do you say, gentlemen? Should we check back at the mission,
Oh.
and then the teat on the way back to what's her nuts?
Helga.
Old cat to Helga's. Yeah.
Yeah, old Katievit. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds fine.
So we backtrack
to the mission. Okay. How?
to the mission. Yeah.
You knock at the door once again. You call once again. No one answers. Do you want to stay and wait for Hannah to perhaps, you don't know, return or maybe wake up? Although it would be strange if she would be sleeping at this time of day.
Is there a lock?
It is. It's a solid lock. But by the way, this building was once it was very solid. It was very well built. The lock, the lock is locked.
Yeah, I think what we should do. So, let's go back to Tal's teats and ask him about the Shalian mission and if he's seen Hana around, what's going on with that? Why is it locked? And we can also ask him about availability of rations for a trip.
Okay, sure thing.
And also, if the vampires are not there, we can try gossiping with the people again. Because I thought you said you wanted to do that, Luther.
Yeah.
Okay, so you once again skim the edges of the square, avoiding the unfortunates who are the last of Karls' faithful. You approach Old Kadievit, right? Or Taus
we're going to the teat first.
The teat, sorry. Yeah, so you approach Taus teat. Yeah, and you enter inside, of course. The place didn't really change much since you last left it. You think that a few patrons might, disappeared, but a few others are here now. You don't see Valin anywhere, but you do see Jans looking at you expectantly, greedily. He knows that you have money. What do you want to do now, guys? You want to once again try to fish for information?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. So I guess my question is do we think that Jans has more information that he didn't want to share?
You don't know, but you know what would open his mouth.
Yeah. I got something for your mouth.
Gross.
Let's need 2 weeks rations for each of us, so that'd be a good way to start the conversation.
Yeah. Say, okay. So say, hey, Jans, how you doing?
Oh, he says, it's a living, but it's not easy, especially with this people outside. He, points his head towards the exit. What do you want? You want to drink something, eat something? You pay up front, and I'll fetch you something to eat, eh?
We're good on food. Maybe, do you guys want to... What's that?
Travel rations for 2 weeks for each of us.
I can arrange that, but I'll have to prepare them, of course. It will be 8 silver per week, per ration.
Okay, so...
I'll pony up the cash on this one.
Okay.
So it means that...
Much grass.
For...
2 crowns.
16, 3 times 16 is 48 silver total.
So, 2 crowns, right?
2
crowns, 8 silver.
All right.
He's trying to haggle.
You can haggle if you want, but you have to roll.
I mean, I don't need to haggle here. I just want here's the money for the rations, and I'm just gonna hand him 3 gold crowns and say I'm gonna come up and gonna be asking for a lot of beers over the next couple of hours, and I just don't want to deal with the grabbing money part.
Of course, he says. There will be no problem, sir. There will be many beers if you wish.
I hand him the 3 crowns.
Sure. You hand him the 3 crowns. He snatches them greedily. Maybe I'll fetch you some beers now, eh? He says.
Sounds perfect.
That's perfect.
Yeah. he pours 3 large beers, but when he gives them to you, you look inside the mugs and you smell them. They're the exact same piss that you were drinking earlier. Truth be told, he probably doesn't have anything else when it comes to beer. You don't really know the details, but you never heard that Kislevites are big into beers. So, yeah, sadly. So
there's a reason the station sucks.
yeah.
We've been trying to pay a visit to the Shaolin mission,
Oh,
but
yeah.
nobody's there. Do you know what's going on?
Oh, well, the priestess. She's usually inside, but sometimes she ventures out to to buy more kvass.
Oh, she's a drunkard.
Well, it's not a good thing to speak of a holy woman like that, sir. Says
I
Jan.
mean, it's fine. I already shit on Sigmarites, so it's okay.
If you say so, then yes.
If there's any witch hunters in the tavern, fuck you.
There's a table with 10 witch hunters who are like, what?
Yeah.
No,
So
fuck you.
Conrad makes the sign of the hammer and says, I hope you are not stricken down by Sigmar's holy hammer for the things you've said.
I'm not daring it, but I am. It's hard to swing a hammer very fast. I'm pretty sure you could dodge this.
Well, we may learn.
It's okay, Conrad. Just stick close to me, and at least we'll both get hit at the same time.
Well,
My faith is my shield.
my face is my shield.
Yeah, well, there.
Well,
Then there was that time. What's his name? That stallion guy killed all those guys with a shield. It was pretty cool.
oh yeah, it's pretty sweet.
With a broken arm.
Yeah. Shame that he later died though.
Yeah.
In Stirland, no, actually in Slovenia, on the mount, Styrian Mount. Anyway, yes, I'm sad to say, but Priestess Reinhold has a habit, says Jans. But you didn't hear that from me.
I mean, where is she buying it, though?
Usually at Tomorov's, sometimes from other people, sometimes from me. I think she's very
So
ashamed
you
of.
supply her?
Well, she's paying.
That's fair. You know, I'm not going to shit on you for doing that, but, you know, whatever.
Thank you for not shitting on me. That would be uncalled for. Well, anyway, she leaves her mission when she runs out of kvass, or when she just... I don't know, I guess she wants to walk by herself, think about stuff.
Hey, so his name is Jans, right?
Jans, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot the name of the hunter trapper guy that Carl took with him.
Shak.
It's like, hey, do you know Shak?
Old man Shak, yes. He was our hunter.
Do you have any idea where he took the boy Karl, or if there's any place that he's known for going?
Well, to Cracks of Shargun, probably. That was the place that the young lad wanted to go. He took out Shak and the best of this sorry lot outside and went there some time ago. I think a week ago, maybe.
Is there any special place that local legends have about any special place in the Crags that you guys talk about? Old wives' tales say?
You see that he hesitates for a second. No, there's not. But it's a place that you do not want to visit, sir, if you don't need to.
Well, unfortunately, I fear I may need to. And I take another gold crown and put it on the table and slide it towards him.
To your surprise, he slides it back as I've said, there's nothing there.
As you say. Shit.
I turn to the bar, just to the people that are in the bar, and just say, a free beer on me to whoever raises their hand that can speak Reichspiel.
2 men raise their hands.
Cool. Come up here and collect your beers.
They approach. They are typical Kislevites, hairy, bearded, wearing fur trim caps and long furred cloaks. They are probably themselves, hunters, gatherers.
I lift up 2 mugs and say, your drinks are on me if you can answer my friend's questions here.
All right, but are you handing them right now the?
I'll hand them the 2 beers I promised.
Sure. What do you want to know? Asks one of them.
Go on, Conrad. Conrad
was kidnapped by the Skaven.
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't realize it. I want to know where old Shuck took the boy in the Crags of Shagun.
Old Shuck and a group of guards took the young man who came here, and they went into the thick forests that blanketed the slopes, sir. And during the week that followed, black carriages and strange folk have gathered in the village, adding their numbers to the cultists outside on the square. They are a cruel bunch, having nothing but disdain for the masses, and some say that they are the nocturnal folk.
Conrad, I'd go ahead and get your goodie. Go ahead and get as many questions in, because I just bought a keg for the guys, basically. So please, make good use of the money I've just spent.
I'm trying my best. So would you guys be able to show us the area that they took him to?
You see that an honest, 100% genuine fear comes on their faces. No, sir. The place. This is not a good place to visit. This is not a good place to be.
I understand.
I've heard about this place.
What he said.
Yeah, you see that he's like, well, that it's not a good place. You see that they probably know something, but they're not saying anything.
Okay. Say, by the twin-tailed comet, we need to know where they could have gone. Why will no one tell us?
No one answers you.
All right, Conrad, you already fucked up there. The whole place is called Tall's Cheat. Hi, I'm a devout Tallite. I don't know if you guys know what that means or if this is just a fun name for a bar. Fuck-a-doodle-doo. I am willing to pay for your beers for the night. Hell, I'll put down a gold crown to each of you if you just answer our questions without all this hocus-pocus bullshit.
What do you want to know? Asks one of the men.
Answer his question.
We did.
Answer his question with the information you're holding back.
It's not a good place to visit, sir.
Why is it a good place to visit?
Because we don't go there.
But old Shuck went there.
He went there because the boy wanted him to go there, and he wanted him to go there with his best bodyguards. They went there a week ago, or maybe even more. I don't remember exactly. but they didn't return yet.
Mm-hmm. All right. Has anybody been on the road north since the travelers got here? The dark travelers.
No, sir, we do not approach the encampment. But they also don't bother us or people who are staying on the square.
Is there anybody else here in town who could tell us about this place that you don't want to go?
There is nothing more to tell, sir. It is not a good place to visit. That's all.
Shut up.
All right.
You see that these people, when they mention it, you see genuine fear in their eyes. And their voices tremble. And, when you ask questions, Jans is also suddenly, very busy just, cleaning the, well, let's be honest, rather dirty mugs. Yeah.
All right, fellas. It looks to me like we're not going to get anything more out of here. I'm beginning to think that maybe we need to go into the square and throw a few shillings around. See if we can get somebody to bite there.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, Conrad, if you want to do the throwing of shillings. I've already poured out quite a heavy fucking person here.
Yeah. No problem.
I prefer to keep my distance while you're doing that.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to hang out on the porch and watch with Cadvale.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, you have fun.
So, you exit Old Kadievit. You are, you know that everyone here, all of the people here are just, watching your, with their eyes, just observing. They're not saying anything, but you can feel the fear and uncertainty in their eyes, and probably maybe even a kind of loathing that you are asking these questions. It is clear that there's some kind of taboo regarding the cracks of Shargan. You exit the place. Cadvale and Luther, you are staying on the porch of Taustid.
Yeah.
Conrad, you are...
I'm light my pipe.
Sure. You are moving towards the masses, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Wait a second. Sorry guys for that, I need to check quickly. Okay, yeah. No, okay, that's... You enter the, this area.
Mm-hmm.
Is something from your deepest nightmare. Like, between the boarding house and the village's only pub stands the square. Well, it's nothing like a square, having never had 4 right angles. It is simply the empty space between buildings that surrounds a large well. There have been a few half-hearted efforts to cobble this area, and the few remaining stones pick up through the mud as testimony to the villagers' good intentions. You guess that normally this place is empty, aside from the occasional matron going to the well to fetch a pail of water, but since people have begun to arrive, this place is easily the most crowded in the village. Nearly every square foot of this area holds a body, and narrow pathways choked with debris and filth weave through the huddled, suffering people. Many moving amongst the people are the outspoken self-appointed leaders who invoke the will of the Crusade, preaching how Karl will return and that the moment of their salvation is upon them. Each day, though, more people succumb to the unforgiving cold, nagging hunger, and strange illnesses, despite the smoky fires and the meager supplies portioned out to the masses. Corpses lay untended, left where they died, and there are whispers. Some desperate men have begun to harvest the flesh of the dead. Since their arrival, a few locals come here, and if they do, they skirt the edge of the place to reach Taustid. Most, though, don't think a mug of kvass is worth the trouble of the crowd. By the way, you guys have not been assailed by those people because you look dangerous. But you guess that, people who live here are probably just pestered by these unfortunates for something to eat, something to drink. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to do this, Conrad? Actually, you know what? Roll me intelligence, and you don't have to worry about botching here.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. You don't want to reroll that.
No.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I want to look for one of these leader types if I can.
There are a few here. They are walking, through the crowds. They, of course, by leaders, I mean the strongest looking, individuals from this said rabble of filth. None of them look like Helmut, the priest of Sigmar who found Karl, or Eisenbach, or Keller, or even the fat priest, Father Johannes. They look as miserable as the others. They just less sick and probably a bit more well fed.
Okay.
So you approach one of them. He looks at you. Almost all of those people here, despite their sorry state, have some kind of blue element on their clothing. The man that you're approaching has a blue belt.
All right.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Greetings, brother.
To the Crusade of the Holy Child, Karl Sigmar Reborn. Have you come here to pray for the boy's safe return?
I have come here as a Templar of the child to ask you a question, and I hold up 4 silver.
He looks at the coins. He takes them. I see. Very well, he says. You can ask, but I suggest that if you want to get more information, you should ask the good people here and offer some food instead of coins. But I will answer your question for the payment that you've given me.
Do you know where the child has gone?
Don't know. He brought us all here a moon or 3 ago. I can't say, as my memory is getting shaky. And then he up and left us. I don't know. Demon! It's a demon! Get him away! Get him away! Feller, what were you saying? Who are you? Spare some coin? He says.
I have given you all I can spare.
I see.
Thank you for your time, brother.
Roll me toughness test, by the way, Sean.
Okay.
Basic, without any modifiers.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
Yeah.
69.
The best failing roll.
Yes. This roll never fails. Remember.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Nice. Okay. Now let me quickly see.
Now I have scrofula.
Okay. Sure. Cool. What do you want to do now, Sean?
I will, so he says I need to go give them food. I don't know if it's worth, if it's worth it. We essentially know where they went. I don't know if it's worth it. I'll go back to the guys and say, hey guys, I don't know. The guy said we need to bring him food, but I don't know that that's really going to help and give us the information that we want. I think we already know where we need to go. Let's just go tomorrow when he gets our rations together.
You feel a bit dizzy, Conrad, by the way.
Okay. It wouldn't be Warhammer fantasy roleplay without contracting some sort of disease.
Most certainly it would not.
Shit. All right. Well.
So, the rest of you, are you reacting anyway?
No, I'm not going near the crowd.
Yeah. Well, I feel like any more, like, I don't feel so good after being in the crowd there, so I think it's probably not worth risking it any further. Let's go back to old Kat Yevid and get our dinner and go to sleep.
Okay.
Agreed.
So you return to Otkadievit once again, trying to stay as far away from the sorry crusaders as you can. You enter the place. Helga greets you. Oh, welcome, welcome. I prepared you some dinner. Rabbit stew, potatoes, some kvass, onions.
Sounds delicious.
Excellent. Come, join me. We shall eat. And you see that she already prepared the table. The plates and bowls are there. Simple wooden utensils. 2 bottles of kvass, which you've already drank some today. Those people probably here, this is their drink of choice rather than beer, like in the Empire. Yeah. You sit and you eat. Helga, just asks you some small talk questions. Did you visit Tomorov's? Were you at the shrine? Stuff like that.
Yeah, and just tell her that we did visit Tomorov's and there's nobody at the shrine right now.
Yes, Priestess Reinhold. She usually can be found there, but sometimes she's out and about. But I'm sure that she'll return, she says.
Yes, let's hope.
Yes. After you finished eating, she bid you good night because, well, you guess that probably she goes to bed early and she still has to clean up after the dinner. She also told you that when it's dark, she closes the door, the main door. So that
sounds like a wise practice.
Yeah,
especially with our friends in town.
So that you should return here before it gets dark, always. Because, as she says, well, with all those people here, it can get quite dangerous. Not that I'm implying anything, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And with that, you go to your rooms, I guess.
Yep.
You guys want to discuss anything for this day, or are you just going to sleep now?
I do suggest we take watches, maybe leave our doors cracked.
The person taking the watch can leave their door cracked. If I'm sleeping, I'm gonna lock my door.
I'll take first watch.
Okay, I'll take second then.
Alright, I'll take third, I guess.
Okay. You take third. The night is uneventful, except for you, Conrad. When you were woken by Catvale for your second watch, for the third watch, you woke up, and first of all, you really want to drink something. You feel a horrible thirst, and you also feel that your tongue and your lips and the corners of your mouth are hurting a lot. And when Catvale knocks at the door and probably says something like, Conrad, now it's your turn to watch. Right? Something like that, Catvale, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear... what was the name of Jason's character, the Stallion?
Oh, Francisco.
Francisco.
Conrad, it's me, Francisco. You left me to die. And you're like, ugh! And only after a split second you realize that it was not Francisco. It was just your elven companion telling you that it's your turn to take the watch. But you don't feel good. You feel actually very bad. You feel hot. You have a fever. You're quite sure of that.
Okay.
And even in the darkness of your room, almost pitch black, you think you can see swimming shapes in the air.
Sounds excellent.
So, all of your stats are halved.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Counting down, if you want now to take the watch, make me a willpower test.
At
With
half.
the with
Got it.
yes,
Yeah.
at half.
Okay. I will. I will do my best. Willpower at half. That would be 25. Well, whatever that is, 20 something. Nope, I fail.
You want to reroll
So
that?
No, I just fall asleep.
No, you don't. That's the thing.
Oh,
You see that the
Okay.
door open, and you see that Francisco is standing there, with the White's blade piercing his heart. He doesn't have his eyes. His eyes have been stolen, and he will never find his way to the afterworld. He points the finger at you. You left me to die, he cries. I've trusted you, and you've left me to die. You begin to scream, Conrad. You begin to scream like no one ever screamed before. You guys hear that, Luther and Cadwell. You hear Conrad screaming at the top of his lungs. Ah! 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 Something like that. I will take your eyes, Conrad. I will take your eyes so I can find my way to the afterlife. You will be the one without the eyes, he says. And you see that Francisco rushes you. His outstretched hands aim towards your eyes. He wants to take them from you. Ah! Ah! By the way, this is a screaming that can probably wake up half of the village. What do you guys do?
I'll rush in there.
Okay.
I rush to him.
Okay, you rush inside. And of course, you know, aside from the stench of the room, which is very similar to the stench of your room, you also smell you also feel the horrible humid stink of person who's sweating way too much. And remember, guys, there is no source of light here. There are no windows, so you're in practically pitch black in a pitch black room. Cadwell, even your night vision doesn't work without any source of light, but you see a silhouette thrashing in his bed, shrieking something about "Don't take my eyes! Don't take my eyes, please!" and just, you know, flailing wildly with his hands and legs. What are you guys going to do?
Cadvale restrain him, and I start fishing around for my lantern in my pack.
So you need to return for your pack and yeah. Okay, Cadwell, do you want to restrain him?
Yeah, I'm calling his name and saying that it's me, Cadvile, like while I'm restraining him as well.
Okay, but in that case, I want you to roll me you have to roll a counter strength test with him.
Yeah, I also have wrestling and street fighting. I don't know if
Street fighting doesn't help, wrestling does.
Okay.
Okay, roll now, Conrad.
I'm running on half though, right?
Yes.
Alright.
You can restrain. You've passed. You've passed. Cadvale, now roll.
I'll back up.
No, now roll me an agility test, please.
Agility.
Mm-hmm. You want to reroll?
I'll use a luck here.
Mm-hmm, sure. Nice. Okay, you were practically pushed away by Conrad, who's in a very troubling state, but he's still rather strong. Although when you've approached him, you've just you've touched him and you can feel that he's completely soaked in his own sweat, to the point that his clothes are 100% just, damp wet. And he screams something about, "Francisco, don't take my eyes, please, it wasn't my fault." Stuff like that. Conrad, by the way, you see that Francisco wants to take your eyes, but he also wants to take your tongue. You've pushed him away, but that's not enough. You need to defend yourself.
Yeah.
You grab your weapon and you rush him.
Yep. Absolutely.
And Luther, you are right now reaching to your backpack for your lantern. Cadvale, roll me perception test, please. Minus 20%, because Yeah, because... Okay. You don't have any more luck points, or do you have?
I do. I'd rather save it.
Okay. Conrad, roll weapon skill. You've grabbed the sword and you attack the horrible shade of Francisco Navarro, who wants to take your eyes and your tongue from you as a punishment.
Okay, I need to roll a 34 or less.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Okay. Cadveo, you can dodge that because this is a surprise attack.
Okay.
You didn't expect it to Conrad to jump out of his bed, grab a sword with one swift motion. He pulled his sword from the scabbard and slashed at you. Actually, no. You know what? I will allow you to dodge, but you dodge with a minus 30 modifier.
Okay.
Because you had a feeling that he might attack you, but you weren't like. You didn't really expect that. Still, your instincts kick in, and you try to dodge the blow. Minus 30, so yeah. So I guess it's like 65 for you, I think. Because you have a very high dodge skill. Yeah. You've jumped to the side. Conrad's sword buried itself into the floor. Luther, you've heard that, by the way. When you were just, fishing out lantern, you've heard the sounds of weapons being used.
Cadvale can handle himself.
Okay, so now we enter normal initiative. Cadvale is first. Then I think it was what? Luther was second always? Actually, you know what? Conrad will be last because he has the poorest initiative. So Cadvale, Luther, Conrad. Cadvale, what are you doing?
I'm going to try and disarm him.
Mm-hmm.
How do I go about doing that?
I'm not sure if you can disarm him without weapons, actually. I will check it out.
If it's impossible, I'm running for the door then.
Okay. Oops. Here it is. What was the name? Actually, I think that was the... Yeah. Okay, you know what? You try to disarm him. Okay, so you just go for his sword. In that case, I want you to roll me weapon skill versus Conrad's weapon skill, but you don't use weapons, so you have minuses. Yeah. Conrad, roll weapon skill.
Yeah.
Because you might have 100, so that's. No.
Jesus Christ.
Cadveo, you've tried to grab his sword, but even though Conrad is in a horrible state, he's still a deadly fighter, and he simply, he simply moved away from you, and now he's trying to strike you once again. But first we have Luther. Luther, what are you doing? You've took out your lamp.
I fished out my lantern. I pull a match out of the actual lantern box and strike it to light the lantern.
Okay, you light the lantern. Sure. You have one more action to do. What do you want to go? What do you want to do?
With that, I heard weapons. I'm going to find my mace and then start to try and make my way back.
Okay, you grab your mace and that's that. Conrad, you unleash a flurry of blows against Francisco. You see that Francisco, he not only wants to take your eyes and tongue, he now wants to take your sword. He wants to take everything from you. He was never your friend. He's a demon in human form. He's probably enthralled to his infernal masters.
Yeah.
So, you go with multiple attacks. I want you to roll, Sean.
Okay.
You are attacking an unarmed man, by the way, which means that you have plus 20% to your weapon skill.
Okay, so instead of a 34, that's a 54.
Sorry, once again, Brian, what were you saying?
No, I was just laughing.
Yeah, because just
So-
let me quickly see one thing, but I think that it's like plus 20% when you fight with someone who doesn't have a weapon. Oh yeah, here is. Yeah, it's plus 20%. Yeah,
Okay, so instead of a 34, a 54.
yeah.
Yeah, and Connor is yelling, "You Estalian bastard!"
Yeah.
It's like your blade will not carve my end.
Okay, roll. Your first blow hit right next to Cadveil's left foot. Your second blow, minus 10,
44 hit.
hit. Cadveil, you can dodge that. But because it's... yeah, you can dodge that. You can, by the way, you don't have any minuses to dodging now because you are accustomed to darkness right now. Okay, nice. Your third blow.
That's on a regular 34. I think that's a miss because the other one was on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was plus 20.
Plus 20, minus 10, minus 10.
Yeah. Okay. So then that would be even. So that is a. Oh, that would be even. No, that is a miss
That
because
is...
it's 30. Because if it's even, it's a 34.
Mm-hmm.
So I miss.
But you really want to hit him. That's the thing. So I want you to spend your luck.
Okay. I want to hit you.
Mhm.
It's true. I do. I probably do.
Yes.
If we're being honest. Oh damn.
You plunge your blade straight into Francisco's chest. Roll damage. Sorry, unless you have luck left, Cadveil.
I think I have one left, and I was saving it for something like this.
So you can spend your luck for additional dodge. If you want.
Yes,
Okay.
I will.
Because you had one luck before, right? But you
Yeah.
I've given you all a fate point, so you had a single. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So you desperately try to avoid the blow. 95. You still managed to dodge. You've almost skewered him, Conrad, but he managed to jump away just in time.
I would have had a +6 damage modifier.
New round, Cadveil. What are you going to do?
I'm going for the door.
You want to, so you go for the door. Okay, so
Close
you,
it behind me.
so you no. If you want to disengage, that's a double action, but you won't be attacked automatically by Conrad. But in that case, you just run away, run outside. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you run outside. You push him away. You run outside. Luther, you've grabbed your mace. What are you going to do?
I'm running back to Conrad's room.
Okay, you run outside and you see Cadveil just dashing out Conrad's room. You hear the howls of Odenhaller chasing him.
I'll kill you.
By the way, you run there, Luther. You run into the room.
I see them.
You see Cadveil right now.
All right. Yeah, I'm running over to the room then.
Okay, you run past Cadveil. You run into the room. Conrad, you saw that Francisco escaped your wrath, but it's your old opponent, Ludwig the Light. He
Yes.
returned, and he bears the accursed lantern of falsehood.
Of light.
Yes, no, it emits the false light, the false truth of the gods of the north. You must destroy it. You are now sure that Ludwig and Francisco are in cahoots. You see that
You heretic bastard!
yes, you now know how Ludwig managed to escape the pit in the vampire's castle. He was in league with the vampires all along. You rush Ludwig the Light swinging your sword. You can charge. There's not enough space. You just approach and make a single attack.
Okay.
On half of your characteristic, by the way.
Yeah, so still at 34.
Mm-hmm.
Eep. Oh, I missed.
Luther, Conrad's sword passed your chest by a few inches. In the light of lantern, you see that Conrad is in a horrible state. He is raving mad. He's completely soaked in his own sweat, and he has boils covering his lips, the corners of his lips, and when he opened his mouth, you can see boils on his tongue. And he has this white, craze-filled eyes looking at you as he calls you Ludwig the Heretic.
You genuine sick son of a bitch, and I go to strike with a disarm.
No. You've just there's a new round. Catvale, now you. What are you going to do?
So Luther has ran past me. He
Yes.
and Conrad are in the room. I'm in the hallway.
Yes.
Okay, I suppose I have to go get a weapon at least.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna run to my room and get and arm myself at least.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You run to your room and you prepare your weapon, of course. Now, Luther, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to strike to disarm.
Does your weapon has this quality?
Disarm is a talent.
Disarm is a talent. You have it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's okay.
Is opposed agility.
No, it's disarm. No, sorry.
Really?
Not that arm.
I was about to jump through the computer to fight you.
Really? That's opposed agility?
Yeah, it's
No,
opposed
Weapon
agility.
skill, isn't it?
What? Sorry.
Let me look it up.
Okay. Where is it? It's a trait or it's talent, right?
It's a talent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have it here.
Yeah, and wouldn't you note that I start rolling like super good when I'm crazed and
Okay, yeah, it is. It is counter agility test. Okay, roll. Conrad and Luther, you both roll agility. Conrad, you roll half of your agility.
yeah.
You
So,
failed,
no.
but let's see how Luther goes. You've passed. Luther, you've struck the weapon from Conrad's hands. Okay, Conrad, you now have your fists. Kill this man.
Yeah. I was like, so I have street fighting, which gives me plus 10% to empty hand combat, and I have well, I don't need. What does it say? I also have wrestling. But so anyway, but the point is that I'm just gonna try to beat him to death. I'm not trying to wrestle.
The first helps, but yeah, you're just
I
trying
also
to.
have wrestling.
The first, you're just trying to beat this man to death. Conrad, you take a wild swing at Luther.
So is the plus 10 halved as well?
No, plus 10 is just
Okay,
plus 10.
so that I'll be fighting on a 44. Then.
Sure. Nice. Luther, you can dodge,
I will.
but you have a minus because you're standing in the doorway. Minus 10. Nice.
Ooh,
You've
that's
jumped
nice.
away just in time because Conrad's meaty fist was flying towards you. Yeah, you were Cadveo went for the weapon. You've disarmed Conrad. Conrad swung at you. Cadveo, you've which weapon? You've entered your room. You've heard Conrad's sword, you think, hitting the floor. By the way, it just flew into the darkness of Conrad's room somewhere. Cadveo, which weapon are you going to take?
Actually, now that I'm here, no, I don't think I have. I have a net still.
You won't be able to use it if in a situation like that. Not with Luther standing in the entrance.
I'm gonna grab my sword, but can I leave it in the sheath?
Yes, of course. You just take
So
a sword.
like I'm not gonna take his head off if I hit him with it. Might knock him out.
If you are still going to attack normally with it, you'll be using it as an improvised weapon. If you want to knock him out, you have to use the pummeling quality of your weapon. Like I also think this is a talent. This is because it's not as easy to knock someone out without hurting him.
Yeah, you strike to stun. I only have disarm.
Yeah, so you can just hit him with your sword in sheath, but that means that you'll be using it as an improvised weapon. So you want to do this?
I don't want to use the blade on him.
Okay, you take that and you move outside. Luther, you're up.
He remembers my doom.
You're up. You see that Conrad is trying desperately to just smash you with his bare hands.
All right, I'm going to use strike to stun.
You have?
I do have.
Okay, let's see how this works. I have it here. Okay, so first of all, roll weapon skill. Nice. You want to dodge Conrad?
Yeah, absolutely.
Half of your agility.
No.
You have luck left?
Nope.
Okay. So now both of you make a counter strength test.
Strength or toughness?
I
thought it was opposed to toughness test. Or
no, it's strength test. I mean,
okay.
In Polish version, it's
okay. No worries.
Yeah.
So 30. Oh, sorry, wrong roll. But I can take the roll. But it's the wrong value.
Yeah. Okay. You rolled 38. It does.
So I failed.
Yeah. Luther, you've won now. No, doesn't matter. Armor doesn't matter because now you have it. Now you make Conrad. Now you make your toughness roll, basic, because you don't have any armor.
Yeah. Still have though. Yeah,
Okay.
I totally fail.
You've been knocked out. You've been knocked to the ground. Okay. Luther, you've knocked him out. He went down like a sack of potatoes.
Cadwell, can you fetch my pack for me and bring me the rope and stuff?
Yeah, by the way, we exit initiative now.
I'm gonna tie him up so that, not tie his hands and legs back, but I'm gonna tie his feet together and tie his hands to his sides.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get these clothes off of him as best we can.
Let me just check one thing.
Now who's a pervert?
Me.
Yeah. Surprisingly, Helga didn't woke up. You have no idea how, but she didn't.
She's used to people murdering each other in her
Yeah.
in her place.
That's probably what happened to all 9 husbands.
Cadwell, you bring him the rope?
I'm thinking more like an outdoor survival situation. Would I know to cool him down, get some water, and
You're not a medic. You don't know what's wrong with him.
I am, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure we should tie him up.
Okay. So you tie him up. You put him on his
I
bed.
said I'm not sure we should tie him up.
Well, that's okay, Cadwell. I am sure.
I stand there with my arms folded.
That's fine.
Then
You don't
tie him
need to
up.
help. It's not like your people help anything anyways.
It's the healing power of rope.
But yeah, I strip him and then tie him.
Well, I mean, he only had his bare clothes, so if you strip him, then he'll be naked.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Right. Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
I asked for Cadwell to help me get him back on his bed.
Just
Is that
don't,
something?
Just
Your
don't grab
Lordship,
him
is
by
that
his
something
third
you can help
leg.
me do? Your Lordship, is that something you can help me do?
Since you referred to me properly, sure.
Oh my God, you fucking prance.
I help move him to the bed.
Go fuck a piece of cheese.
I need cold water, and I need my bed sheets.
Why do
Okay.
Why do you need cold water, Luther?
To cool them down,
Uh,
or do you want me to
you
roll a
don't. You
heal?
don't know that. You don't know that. You're a very
Okay.
simple man from Stirland. You have no idea. To you, if I would be incredibly mean, since you're a Stirlander with your background, I could even say that you think that he's possessed.
I do. Yeah, that's fair. Can I roll intelligence to maybe if I've ever dealt with
Of course. Yeah, sure
plague
thing.
before?
Roll even basic intelligence. Sure.
I would like to use a luck.
Okay, use your second luck, I think.
This would be my first. I
Okay.
didn't take the first one.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Well, that was way worse.
Yeah, but that wasn't a botch. Because if it was a botch, I would seriously told you that he was possessed. Yeah, you have no idea what's wrong with him, but maybe the nice Shrine Priestess would help.
Yeah, he's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't
Can I venture out to the shrine like this time of night? Maybe the woman's up drinking or something.
Maybe.
take Conrad's bottle of vodka.
I'll do just that.
At some point, when you said I'll do just that, Conrad woke up. Conrad, you've woken up. You see
Kill you.
above
Kill
you,
you.
you see Ludwig the Light mocking you. He not only tied you up, he also removed your clothes. He wants to bugger you.
Yeah.
When Cadvale leaves the room, I will be mocking Conrad.
You begin to scream. You begin to scream like crazy.
Yes.
You hear that, Cadvale, you hear that, Luther. Conrad starts to scream horrible invectives at you, cursing you, calling you all sorts of, stuff that I'm not going, honestly, to just, say here. But the worst part is that he's really, really loud. What are you going to do? You know that sooner or later someone will hear that.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my bandages to try and gag him.
Roll me.
It's me, Cadvile, and Luther.
He calls you Francisco and Ludwig, the arch heretics. You want to gag him. Luther, I want you to roll me agility.
To not have your fingers bitten off.
Nice. You've managed to put the bandage into his mouth without getting bit. But to your disgust, you felt that when you've stuffed the bandage inside, you've held a few of the boils just popping, like pop, 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 on his tongue, and actually, Conrad, you begin to choke with the on the pass.
Little did he know his doom was to go out like
hold up,
Jimi
hold up.
Hendrix.
The pus somehow got to my mouth.
No, I'm talking about Conrad, not you, Luther.
Oh, okay. I thought you. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No. Like if you would have a botch, it would be bad. But no, Conrad, you begin to choke on the pass, and Ludwig the Light did something to you. He did some heretical shit, and now you're going to meet your ancestors. Yeah. You hear like something like that. Yeah.
I should
Cadvale.
have killed you when I had the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't. So who's the idiot now?
Well,
Well, I mean Ludwig, but yeah.
he's not saying that, and you're also not saying that because he has,
Gag.
rag in his mouth, and yeah. Cadvale, you grab the bottle of vodka and you move out to the shrine?
Yeah.
Okay, you go outside. By the way, how much time do we have left, guys?
I'm good.
What about the rest?
I could probably do like another 20-30 minutes.
Awesome. Cadvale?
Same here. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's keep going. Cadvale, you run outside. The night is exceptionally chilly, especially. Actually, no, sorry. You run down, and the doors are locked.
You said the door's locked?
That's what Helga told you. She closes the door for the night.
I'm gonna open it.
You try to open the door. It's locked.
Oh, is Helga's room nearby?
You don't know where Helga's room is.
Miss Helga.
Okay, you try to wake her up. Okay, Miss Helga, let me just see now. You don't hear anything.
Can I try to unlock the door?
You have lockpicks,
No, I don't.
so you can either try to use your knife with a minus 30 modifier and a couple of required levels to do this, or you can just kick the door out
I'm not gonna kick it. I'll try to unlock it.
with a dagger. Okay. I remember that you once managed to do that with a roll of 1. Let's see if you'll be able to repeat the feat. The feet. What about the hands? That was horrible. Sorry.
Yeah, you should feel bad about that. We should all get a fate point for that.
The puns never end. What's with the roll? You've rolled? Oh no, I don't see anything.
No, agility. Hang on.
Yeah.
There's 1.
Nice.
Actually, no. That's all right. That's fine. Yeah, that's enough. With a roll like that, that's enough. Once again, you've inserted the dagger into the lock. You've made like click click. The door opens.
And I'm gonna quietly make my way to the shrine.
If you want to make it quietly, you have to make me a sneak roll
Okay.
with a plus 20 modifier. Let's say, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
good.
That's good. Okay. I'm going to counter roll that. No, okay. Yeah, you very stealthily, very quietly move through the chilly Kislevite night, and it is very chilly here. You take a few glances towards the huddled masses of the Crusaders. You know that some of those people probably will not wake up in the morning. They will either die from their sickness, from starvation, or even from the cold. You try not to think about it too much. You approach the shrine.
Are they down with the sickness?
Nice. You eventually approach the shrine. Wait. Oh yeah, here it is. Sorry. Here it is. How do you want to do this, Catvale?
Are there any lights inside or anything?
Like I said before, there are no windows here.
Okay. I'm gonna knock on the door.
You knock at the door. Okay. Nothing happens.
Sister Hannah, are you there? We need your help, and I have booze.
Okay, when you say it like that. Nothing happens. You can try once again, louder, harder, maybe.
Yeah, I'll try it again.
That's what she said. Okay, let's see. Sister Hannah, we
Bitch is passed out.
we got the booze, and you're like, whoom, whoom, whoom.
I'm gonna bang the door, like start kicking it, not kick it down. Make a lot of noise.
Okay, you once again just kick at the door.
I have booze.
Get up, you stupid bitch. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Yeah, like, I mean, when you are doing this, when you are doing it like that, like, you know, just hammering at the door and, we have alcohol. You hear, like, coming, she says.
You've got a real problem, woman. Do you know that?
You hear someone, you know, opening the lock from the other side. The door opens, and and a smell from hell assails you. A smell of unwashed body, and of someone who drinks way too much, of digested alcohol, and of soiled clothing. In front of you stands a short, portly woman with thinning blonde hair and white plain features. She wears a shapeless white smock, but it's spotted with stains. The red heart patch has come free and hangs from a few threads. She stinks of kwas and grime. Her vestments, to your disgust, are soiled with vomit and food. She reeks of alcohol horribly. She holds a club in one of her hands. She looks at you. What do you want? Wait, is that Reichspiel I hear? Wait, you're
Yes,
not an
it is.
Imperial, you're an elf.
Our friend is succumbing to some kind of sickness, and we need your help.
It's way too late for that. My head. I need to drink something. You said that you had alcohol?
Yes, but come with me. Please help.
Roll me charm. Plus
Do not
20.
have-
Look, bring him here tomorrow morning. It's or and she looks, greedily at the bottle. It's way too late for that. It's way too late for everything. Yeah, an honest to God drunk stands in front of you. Like, you saw humans like that. Nothing in the world matters except for the drink. What do you want to do, Cadvale?
I'm just gonna walk back to the inn, I guess.
Roll me intelligence plus 30. Actually, no, don't even. Okay, if you give her the boost, she'll probably walk with you.
All right, yeah, just you could have a drink while you look him over. Just
Give me the bottle, she says.
yeah, I hand it to her.
She grabbed the bottle and she took like a few powerful swigs. Where's this friend of yours? She says.
At the Tall's Teat Tavern.
No,
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 it's
we're,
old
no,
Kadievit.
we're at,
Oh, the old cat boarding house.
Oh, he's at the Emperor's Palace in Aldorf. Yeah, she's like, all right, lead the way. And she tries to close the door clumsily. She eventually manages to, to use her key in a proper way. To turn the key in the lock, and she follows you, just almost tripping a few times. You hear her taking swig after swig from the bottle. She's like, "Ugh."
Well, at least we know that she's sanitized.
Yeah. The worst part, Cadvale, is that you looked at her and you can't really tell how old she is, but in her youth she was probably a very beautiful woman. But the habit did this to her. You eventually enter the old Kadievit. You close the door behind you, I presume. Not with key because you don't have it, but just close it, right? Cadvale?
I would say
Cadvale?
yes. Uh-oh.
Oh. Brian, you muted? Actually, yeah, I see that on Skype he is muted. Maybe he's speaking to someone, I don't know. Anyway, Luther.
Yeah.
Conrad is still thrashing and, trying to break free from the bonds, but you've tied him well. In the light of the lantern, you can see that his eyes are just filled with madness. You know that he sees what he wants, like not what he wants to see, but he sees something completely else than it really is. And you play.
I'm back.
Everything's,
What's happening back?
yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah. I was just having a bad connection.
Okay. Yeah, it's your comrade is certainly not here, not entirely, but then the elf enters the room, and following him actually stumbling in is a short, portly woman, a Shalayan priestess, but one that you've never seen a Shalayan like her before. She's stinking of alcohol. She's taking a huge swig from the bottle of vodka. Her clothes are stained with some disgusting, filthy patches. You don't know exactly what are they stained with. She looks at all of you. She was probably asleep, the drunkard sleep, and she's probably still drunk. So, where's this unfortunate? She asks. Oh, a naked man. By Shalia's mercy. Oh.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
No, it's like. "Rrr, rrr,
Oh, that's right. I have Luther's underwear in my mouth. I forgot.
Yeah, you'd probably better just leave that in.
So, where's the man that I was
that's
supposed to help in the name of my goddess?
I pull the
Sorry.
blanket. I pull the blanket back and lift the lantern to where there's light on him.
Whoa. Okay, she approaches, still with the bottle. Hold the lantern steady, Sonny. Oh man, I'm going to roll for her. Actually, her stats are here. Let's see. Oh, Jesus.
Well, Conrad, it was nice knowing you, but we have you in capable hands. The most capable hands we could find.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to roll. Oh. Someone wants to spend luck for her?
I'll give her a look.
Okay. This man, she looks at you,
Way to waste my luck.
is completely naked. I think you should cover him and he'll be fine. This place has its effect on people. Let me tell you. You're from the old country. You're from the Empire, yes?
Yes.
Tell me, have they managed to finally repel the invaders?
Yes.
Oh, good. Maybe now they can rebuild my beloved Wolfenburg. Anyway, he's fine. He just needs to slip it off.
No. No. Fuck that. No. I was sitting here like, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna try and be respectful here. No. I want to use intimidate, and I want to get this bitch to do her goddamn job.
Okay, you use intimidate on her. It will be a minus 30 test for you.
I don't care.
Okay.
That's enough.
I love you.
You still have luck?
I thought I couldn't use it on something like that.
No, you can.
Oh, well then, yes, I do. Where did it? There it is.
Nice. Boom. I'm going to roll counter test for her.
Perfect.
She shot herself.
All right.
Because what happened? You've jumped towards her, Luther. You've cried something, help this man, and you suddenly hear and her bowels are just emptying. The stench is apocalyptic in this room. Not only is Luther the stinkiest person around, this woman just probably haven't washed in months, and she's now reeking of alcohol. She also soiled herself. The room itself stinks, and there's a sweaty Conrad on the mattress. Cadveo, actually no, all of you. I want you to roll me toughness test.
Oh. Do I need to roll it?
No, you don't.
Okay, good.
I'm going to roll for her. No. Cadveo? Cadveo, you've managed to hold your... I mean, you are gagging, but that's it. Luther, you had to, like, you know, you vomited a bit. Just so you know. Because of all the stench. This is too much for you. This is honest to Tao disgusting. Even for you. So you just... The woman too. She's like shooting. Yeah, she's shooting from from two directions, so to speak. And yeah, but she's like, but paradoxically, this kind of helped her. She regained some of her focus, some of her clarity. She shook her head. By the way, she dropped the bottle when you've yelled at her, and the bottle broke. The smell of strong alcohol mixes with the smell of feces and bodily fluids, and that probably helped. Conrad, you are in your own vision with Ludwig and Francisco, and you think they want to choke you to death with this horrible smell that you can't do anything. But the woman is like, wait. Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. It's too much. This place is too much. I'm sorry. And she begins to weep.
I close the door behind me when I leave the room.
Magical room. Yeah. She weeps for for a minute or two.
Sister, your goddess has charged you with the duty of saving those that need saving, and you're going to sit here and weep for yourself? There's a man dying in front of you. Are you going to pick it up and do your job, or are you going to forsake your own damn goddess?
When you said damn goddess, she for a second looked at you with these sharp eyes, hard stare, but only for a second. She pushes past you, her entire top half of her vestments just brown and yellow. She approaches Conrad, who's thrashing on the bed. She looks at him. Now I'm going to roll one more time on her full stats this time. Let's see.
Jesus Christ.
Anyone wants to spend another luck?
I don't have any luck.
Okay. He ate something? When did this start to happen?
It came up overnight.
He has a high fever. He needs to get cold compresses on his head throughout the entire night. I'll return to my shrine now and try to do something about myself. Bring him to me this morning. After I'll get at least a few hours sleep and drink a gallon of water. Until then, put cold wet towels on his forehead.
Got it.
It should help. I don't know. I don't honestly care. And with that, she, just stumbles towards the door. She opens the door. She stumbles outside. Past you, Cadveo. When she passed you, you just smell the stench. It was like, yeah. By the way, Luther,
cold water.
Yeah, Luther, you also can stay long in this room. It's too much. It's like a gas chamber. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I walk out and just say, we need cold water, and I need something to get that fucking stench out of there.
That will be hard.
I got you on cold water. I'll figure that out.
Cold water you can take from the well. or probably from the nearest river, which you don't know where it is.
The well is in the town square.
Yes, between all those people.
All right, Luther, come with me at least.
Just go grab some snow from between a building, man.
Is there snow here, or is it just like frozen?
Like there are patches of snow. It's not like this place is, mere winterland. There are patches of snow here and there between the buildings, sure. But remember that it's not full on winter. But you guess that if you would walk in between the buildings for some time, you would get enough snow into the bucket. I mean,
okay, that's probably.
Do you have a bucket, by the way?
I've got a cooking pot back in the room.
Okay, yeah, so that should be enough. Yeah, Conrad, you're back to your old self. You suddenly, you've blinked a few times, and you suddenly see over you. First of all, you have a gag in your mouth. You're tied and you're naked, and you see Luther standing above you.
Okay. I say,
let me tell you, you are afraid.
I lift up the mace.
And he has a mace in his hand.
I lift up the mace like, oh, he's at it again.
You also, Conrad, smell the worst stench in your life. It smells seriously worse than it smelled in the Crusade.
I look at Luther pleadingly, pumpy eyes.
Luther, you see that Conrad looks at you with those large, pleading eyes.
I just extend my hand towards the bandage. I'm not going for the gag yet. I don't want to get bit. Does he move?
I don't know. It's up to Conrad.
Conrad kind of is like closing his eyes and turning away a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull the gag out.
Mm-hmm. All right, Conrad. You have a desert in your mouth. You don't have any moisture there. You feel horrible. You feel these waves of heat just washing throughout your entire body, and your tongue, your lips, and the corners of your mouth are just one large are just pain.
Yeah. For the love of Sigmar, water, please.
I retrieve my water skin and hold it up to him so he can take a drink.
Okay. Oh, by the way, you also have Conrad, your head also hurts a lot. Like someone struck you.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know who did that.
Yeah.
How are you giving him water, Luther?
So it's a water skin, so I imagine I'm taking the cork off and just sort of holding it up to his mouth.
Okay. What I'm asking is Conrad taking the water skin? This will sound bad. Into his mouth, or are you like pouring water from up high?
I am pouring water into his mouth.
Okay. Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to do. Yeah, Conrad, you take the gulps. You of course, some of the water splashes to the sides. Some of the water you almost choke on, so you have to cough it up. But it helps. But the thing is that you are so heated up. You're so hot that you want to drink and drink and drink and drink, and you just want to drink like a lake of water.
All right.
You feel very bad. You haven't felt that bad for a long time. Cadveo, you've grabbed the pot. You once again come down. Exit the old Kadievit, and you begin to collect snow to the pot. It takes you a good 10 minutes to do this, by the way. At this time, you would also like to go back to sleep because you are tired. All of you guys are really tired, just so you know. And you would like to go back to sleep. So, Conrad, are you saying anything to Luther? Because for now, you're still you.
I'll just say I feel terrible. I think I've got the pox, or whatever the generic term for for disease is.
The plague.
I've got Crusades.
Yeah.
Conrad,
I've got the Crusades.
Conrad, Conrad,
Sorry.
Conrad, you're sick with something, but let me tell you, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck the child. Fuck this whole goddamn adventure. Fuck.
Spoilers.
Yeah, Luther is done with this shit. Just
Taking
wait.
his ball and going home.
Yeah, just wait to Araby. That's going to be fun. Yeah, Luther. Sorry.
We're carrying the characters over?
No, of course not.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, no, I'm not.
First of all, it will be like probably 10 years earlier or 20 years earlier, so yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, Conrad's just like, oh, I feel terrible. I need a priest, a doctor, something.
You'll get one later.
And with that, I think I probably need to wrap it up.
Yeah, we are finishing with that, and with Catveo returning with a cooking pot full of dirty snow.
Yeah, yellow snow.
Yeah.
We just call that Boston snow.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, guys. So you have time for points, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay. So for today's game, 90 points for everyone, because that was a long game and it was a good game as well. For your characters, 10 points, of course. For the place of birth, Catvale of Merdele. You've roleplayed your place of birth today?
Yeah, with the talking to the vampire about Janelle and how she went to Mindenheim and.
Actually, yeah, that's very cool. 10 points for you. So Max, nice. Conrad, you're an Ostlander.
Sturlander.
Sorry, no.
Oh, sorry. Wait. You said
Conrad.
Conrad or
That's
Luther?
what he is. He is now a Sturlander. I'm going to let that stand.
No.
No,
Sorry.
Conrad, yeah, Ostlander.
Yes, I am an Ostlander. Well, the only real stuff I talked about birthplace was, but it was more in relation to the mission. So I don't know specifically. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I said. It's not really birthplace because he said something about my mother. I said I don't even know my mother's alive, but that's not really birthplace.
No, that's more like a character thing. I don't think that today was anything Ostlandia, honestly.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe.
I did say something about Sturland bumpkins, but that's about it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Ostlanders are stubborn. They're traditionalist. But I'm not sure if I saw that today.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah. Luther, what about Stirland?
I didn't personally do anything, but the vampire noticed my accent.
Well, yeah, but that's not role playing. Your
So that's not me.
Yeah. Okay, so in that case, religion, Catvale.
Isha. I don't think I said anything about Isha today.
I also don't think. Conrad and Luther, I'll give you 10 points each for your theology battles. That was nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Although Luther is extra heretical.
Yeah. That's okay. When we get back to the Empire,
we'll hang the bastard, of course.
You guys.
Yeah. Sigmar Wood. Start the crusade. Okay.
Crusade to hunt down that one bastard from Sterling.
Yeah. The Kranz Crusade.
Just like 300 Reichsguard come over the hill. Like, oh shit.
That would be something to see. Star sign, Catvale.
Dragamus the Drake. I've got nothing for that too.
Okay, Conrad, what about your star sign?
That's the 2 bullocks, so fertile and
Fertile.
skilled.
Wow, you
Yeah.
are naked and tight at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else
Skilled.
I
I
did.
don't think honestly today. Fertile. I mean, you're not role playing this, which
Yeah.
it's not bad. I mean, I don't think that character like Conrad should be like banging chicks left, right, and center.
Yeah, that's not really his thing.
Yeah.
Punching peasants.
Punching peasants, yes. Skilled.
Yeah. So the skill part, I'm trying to think if there was something I did that was particularly skilled, and I don't really feel
No.
like I did. I feel like my rolls were mostly shit today.
Yeah, rolls were one thing, but you also like didn't use your knowledge or skills, to great advantage in some way, like
Yeah.
which isn't bad. It's not always. This doesn't always have to be the case. I am tempted to give you 5 points for the fact that even in your piss poor state, you've almost managed to skewer a cat veil.
Yeah.
But again, that's not something. Well, that's not positive. First of all,
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, I see what you're saying because my rolls got hot when
Yeah.
I was.
yes, when you were almost
dream,
dead. Yeah,
but-
when you were feverish. But again,
But, yeah.
I don't think that it would be fair to give.
No.
Yeah,
I agree.
Luther, what about your star sign?
Broken cart, stubborn, superiority, conceit.
10 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really let my conceit out today.
Yeah, superiority and stubborn. Yeah, with the priestess, with the money in the tavern. With that was really nice. Okay, Doom, cat veil.
Absence makes the heart grow weaker. I jokingly said we should stay in the woods outside the village, despite the.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm also thinking if the whole Janelle thing, like it's clear that
Yeah.
Cat Veil is still remembering her, even though the old hack probably bought it some time ago. So I'll give you 10 points because I like the part with more the part with Janelle honestly than the woods. The woods were cool.
Yeah.
But I saw first time in a long time I saw the softer part of Cat Veil. Yes. Now, Conrad, what about your Doom?
The flashing blade shall carve thy end. I felt like I said something, but I think it might have been more of a throwaway
You
line.
said something, but that wasn't in game. I remember that.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think I thought it at the end when, but I probably didn't say it. Where I was like thinking, I only have a deadly disease. It's not a blade.
You said
I
something
don't-
like that?
No, I don't think I did. I think
Okay,
I
you
thought-
didn't. Okay. Well, in that case, unfortunately, nothing.
That's fine.
What about you, Luther? What about your Doom?
Now, it's thy death comes from above, and I want to lay this out.
Mhm.
I have been the entire time bad mouthing a lot of gods, just daring them after all the shit that I've seen to do something, and they haven't done a damn thing yet. So you can either give it to me or not.
Your death comes from above. Yeah, you did. I was tempting to roll to see if actually Sigmar would respond today to your to this. Because, for example, if you would badmouth a chaos god like that, then you guys would have a demon infestation on your hands right now. Well, I'll give you 5 points for that. I like that. I like characters like that who are ballsy enough to badmouth gods in Warhammer World. And of course, who don't overdo this, because overdoing this would probably not be cool. But Luther is very, very proficient at that, so to speak.
yeah.
So I'll
He's
give,
smart in his heresy.
yes, he's a smart heretic. Smart heretics burn faster. Luther, 5 points for you for that. Very nice. Cat Veil, 5 points for you for being the elf. Yeah, I particularly like when you've lost your temper and told Luther to pull a piece of cheese out of his hand.
I should just like casually spilled his drink on him.
Yeah. And that,
Like, no comeback. Just here's fuck your drink.
and fuck you. Yeah, that was pretty nice. Did any of you had any ideas that pushed the scenario forward?
I don't know if
Intimidating
Conrad
to have
going
to-
right up to the vampire was something or not.
I feel like we got a lot of info. I don't know if we could have gotten it some other way, but
Luther, what about you? What do you think?
Honestly, just the stubbornness and pushing the healer or the priestess to look at my friend, but that, I don't know if that's pushing story forward or not.
I will give Luther 5 points for the priestess thing, and I'll give Conrad 5 points for initiating the speech with Valin.
Okay.
And I will give you Cadvale 5 points for generally when Luther told you about the priestess, you went there, then you went with the snow, you've tried to open the door quietly, that was pretty cool. Because you could very well just say, fuck this, let's wait till morning, then we can get him help. He's a human after all, remember, so But you decided to act. So yeah, so all of you get additional 5 points for ideas or for partaking in said ideas. Okay, so that's the points. I think, I don't know how much you guys get, but I think that's quite a hefty sum of points. And let's see, next game, I think it should be on the 25th of
yeah, I think that should be a good.
April. Is anyone cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Brian, what about you? I don't know. What?
I'll
I
have
think
Sorry, once again, Brian, I didn't got that.
I think that works. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure. Luther?
I'll have to keep you updated on that. I might be going to a 6-day work week, just because Pfizer keeps wanting to throw money at us.
Mm-hmm.
But I should know for sure by Wednesday.
Okay, sure. Let's try with 25th. Also, Brian, when you keep us posted when you want to take a break, something like that.
Okay, the baby's not due till like October, so there's
Okay, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Right, guys. So
I just got
sorry, what?
the notes are up.
Okay, cool notes. Okay, so guys, next game, hopefully 25th. I'll see you all there. Thanks for the game, as usual. Take care, man, guys.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you too.
Later.
Bye-bye.
yeah. Bye bye.